This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton, celebrating the art of life. Dan Griffey for 35th District State Representative, Position 1, GOP. Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner, District 3. And Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor. Good evening and welcome to Mount Tahoma District Stadium on the campus of Mount Tahoma High School in Tacoma, Washington for tonight's football finale between the Shelton Highclimbers and the Mount Tahoma T-Birds. I'm Rick Allen and you are watching the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show. It's the last game of the season and both teams are looking to go out with a win. Shelton picked up its first win of the season last week, taking advantage of 4 turnovers in beating North Thurston 24-17. The Highclimbers' Anthony Bourne found the end zone twice last week. Charles Hurt also had a touchdown, and Hunter Borgal kicked a 34-yard field goal. Mount Tahoma is winless in 9 games this season and is coming off a 49-7 loss to Bonnie Lake. The Climbers have a 5-game winning streak over the T-Birds and have taken 7 of the last 10 games in the matchup, including last year's 12-7 victory. The last time Mount Tahoma beat Shelton was October 7th, 2011, when the teams were in the Narrows League and the Thunderbirds took the game 47-13. This is Week 10 of the 2018 high school football season on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. The Shelton Highclimbers at the Mount Tahoma T-Birds. We'll have more of the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show in a moment, including our final chat of the season with Shelton coach Mike Speaks. There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask, and I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. I've lived in Shelton for the last 14 years. During this time, I've gotten to know and love Mason County and the people who live here. When I decided to run for Commissioner, I knew this was the perfect opportunity to give back to a community that has been so good to me and my family. I'm humbled that so many of you have given me your support and love. I'm asking for your vote in November.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner. Welcome back to the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. I'm Rick Allen, and it is now time to talk with the coach. Earlier this week, I had a phone conversation with Shelton headman Mike Speaks.
Well, first off, congrats on the first win of the season.
Yep, the boys needed that one.
So there's a lot to talk about on that game. Want to start with it's a bunch of big plays, but let's start with the first touchdown. That was 70 yards, the pass play.
You had a Charlie?
Yes.
Yeah, just a pretty simple route, really. I mean, nothing crazy, and we hit Charlie on a slant, and, Charlie's a pretty good athlete, and, got a crease, and he went to the house. So, I mean, Charlie's a pretty quick kid. He runs a 4.7, 4.6 40, so he's, you get him in space, he's pretty good.
Was that similar to the week before, similar play the week before to Troy Goodwin?
Troy's was a little bit different. His was more of an out, more of a
Okay.
flat pass, like a play action boot on that one, I believe. I can't remember. I remember it was a flat pass to Troy, and kind of the same thing. We got him out in space a little bit, and off to the races.
Now let's talk about Hunter's field goal.
Yeah. Hunter's been a kid that I've coached for a lot of years, and Hunter's a good kicker. I mean, he's had a lot of success throughout the youth level, and he's had a lot of success, last year at the C team level, and he's had a lot of success, this year at the C team JV level. So he's going to be a good kicker. We got 2 more years with him, so super excited. And that was clutch, too, because that was a big deal. I think we were down, 14-7?
Yes.
Right. So we come out of halftime, and I told the kids that we were going to do a pooch kick left. And we put our 3 best athletes. I think I juggled some kids around, and we put 3 of our faster guys on the left-hand side there. And I told the kids, I go, if they don't fair catch it, I go, you come down hard. Let's get this ball. We'll get a turnover here. And it worked out pretty good because they didn't fair catch it. And I think the kid got a little bit nervous, and he dropped it, and then we recovered it.
So I got a question on that particular play. Weren't you supposed to be getting the ball to start that half? No, okay.
No, we won the toss. So we won the toss, and we took the ball because we have won prior to. I think we were 6 for 7 on winning tosses, and we've deferred every time. 6 out of the 7 times we've deferred. So I told the seniors, I said, hey, I go, your guys' call. I go, I've been telling you guys to defer for 7 weeks, or 6 out of the 7 times that we've won it. And I said, you guys want the ball? You want to defer? And they said, no, let's take the ball. Let's do something different. I said, that sounds good. Let's go.
Okay.
And it didn't work. It didn't work out because we went 3 and out, and we punted and gave them a short field, and they came down and scored real quick. And I was thinking, gosh darn, what a terrible, But we were just trying to mix it up a little bit, try something different, because each week we come out on defense first. But yeah, we received the ball first, that first series.
Okay, now I remember it was so short. That's what happened. Okay.
So and then what happened? There was a penalty, an unsportsmanlike penalty on them right before half. So it gave us a shorter field to kick, and that's why we decided to really put that ball up, pooch kick.
Okay.
To get that turnover. So, and Hunter kicks a really nice ball too. I mean, he puts that ball up in the air, pretty good on it. Usually you got to kick it hard, but he can get underneath it pretty good. So it allowed our guys to get down there in a hurry. Because I thought that was the play of the game, personally. Because it was 14-7. We were kicking off to them. I was a little bit nervous about our psyche, because it's been a rough. Couple 2 or 3 years for these kids, or for this year, last year, and a couple of years that they've been in the program that we don't know how to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought if North Mason or Thurston came out and had a couple of good drives or whatever and moved the ball on us, that we might just lose our momentum a little bit, because we had a little bit of momentum going into the locker room. But so I knew that turnover was huge. It was kind of a gamble, because I was worried about getting a penalty, getting an offsides, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out good, because I thought that was the play of the game. Because when we kicked that field goal, we went up 14-10, or we were down 14-10. You could just see the kids' spirits stay in the game. So,
well, let's talk about your defense, because you got the fumble on that kickoff, but you also got some picks. You got 3 interceptions in the game and 2 by Jason Kenyon.
Yep, Jason's been playing good all year. He's a tough kid. I mean, we're going to hate to lose him. I mean, he's the leader out there, and he's been the glue of the defense pretty much the whole season. So, can't say enough about him and how he plays and how tough he is. So, yeah, he's around the ball, not only on the run game, but on the passing game. And, he's got a good football IQ, and he's got a nose for the football.
And he's really tough out there, because I earlier in the season, he stood up a man that was a little bit bigger than him.
Yeah, and he's done that a couple times.
So
okay. And then Jake Myers, having Jake back it was big, number 9. So he's been flying around. It's taken him a couple weeks to kind of get settled back in. The first week, I believe, was Timberline, and you could see he was a little out of sorts. And then even kind of against Yom, he was a little bit out of sorts. And, he's got about a month under his belt now of practice. And, he looked really good on Friday night, flying around. His speed looked good. He's healthy. So definitely nice having him back. I'm sure you guys saw him flying around making plays.
We did. So we look on to this week, and you've got the road game at Mount Tahoma to wrap it up. What do you expect out of that team?
Well, they show a little bit of both. When I talk about offensively, it's kind of tough to tell because some of the film we have on them, they like to show spread offense, but then, they'll get under center and run some power. So last year when we played them, I believe we beat them 14-12. It was a pretty close game. It could have went either way. They're athletic, play in a fairly tough league. What stands out is their athleticism. They have a couple, 2 or 3 kids that are pretty fast, so that's what stands out in the film when I see them. And, we match up pretty fairly, I'd say fairly even, and it just kind of depends on, all the things, all the intangible things that are, the turnovers, penalties, those kind of things, mistake-free football. Whatever team wins that out, I believe is going to win the football game, because we're pretty evenly matched. So we've been working super hard on our young guys, our young linemen, because you can tell when things kind of get like in a crunch, or we get in a little bit of things are tight, our young guys sometimes tensen up a little bit, and, we'll false start here and there. And, Luke's got to explain some stuff to him sometimes in the huddle, and we've had 2 or 3 delay games. So we're really working on tempo, getting in and out of the huddle, and making that a huge priority, as we have all year. But it really kind of bit us in the rear Friday night on a couple of plays where, we took our time in the huddle. So
Great.
We're really pushing it this week. Say, hey, let's get away from that. I get that you guys are excited, and but let's get in and out of the huddle, get up, get down, get ready.
It's a good place to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show and our conversation with Shelton coach Mike Speaks in a moment here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Why re-elect Melody Peterson as Mason County Assessor? Experience. Melody has worked for the Assessor's Office since 1994. Leadership. She successfully managed the office through a major software conversion, implemented a plan for annual revaluation, and adapted required analysis for the valuation process. Honesty. Melody has streamlined her office to cope with recent budget reductions while continuing maximum service to the public. Mason County deserves honest, experienced, and professional leadership. Vote Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
We continue with the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and our conversation with Shelton head football coach Mike Speaks. We're talking about Mount Tahoma.
Mount Tahoma's, they're athletes. That's what I would say. They got some speed. Their running back's pretty quick. They got a quarterback that's not horrible, with his arm and his feet, so he can kind of hurt you with both. So
obviously you're not looking at the record and saying, "Oh, this is going to be an easy game for you."
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, we're still developing and changing, cultures and attitudes, and so we're still young and fragile. So it's, this is a good game for us. I mean, it's, how are we going to respond after last week's, win? So far practice has been really good. But, we still got to get on the bus. You got to go up there, get on I-5.
Mm-hmm.
A new stadium, kind of unfamiliar for a lot of these kids. They haven't played up there. So, looking forward to the challenge, looking forward to playing them. So, and I'm sure they got revenge on their mind because last year, you probably know better than I do, but I think it was 14-12 if memory serves me right.
12-7, I think.
Or 12-7, right?
Yes.
It was a really close game, and I think there was a couple of plays that happened by memory. Memory serves me correct again, is there might have been an inadvertent whistle or something that happened last year where it, I remember Mount Tahoma being pretty upset about it and potentially would have put them up, I think.
Right, and something about a safety too.
Something. Something. I mean, there was two or three calls that were just like, "Ooh, wow, okay, that could have went either. That could have hurt us." So
right,
they're not a bad football team. It's similar to us. They play in a pretty tough league, and Lakes and Lincoln, and some of those teams are pretty good football teams. So the record doesn't always indicate how good or maybe not so good a team is. Sometimes, it's strength of schedule and some of the teams that you play. So,
okay. Last question for you. Last game. I know you've been battling injuries all season, but you lost a key player last week.
Yeah, that was a bummer. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So, yeah, Troy didn't practice a lot last week. So he had I think he was sick one day, and then he kind of turned his ankle one day in PE. So he didn't practice a lot Tuesday, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. So
he wasn't going to start. So that's one of our things is, hey, you got to be at practice every day. So he wasn't going to start. So basically, we jumped out. We have our scout team, our number twos going against our number ones, and we go pretty light. It's just half speed, running plays, and he kind of got tangled up with a guy and sprained his knee. So okay. Yeah, it was unfortunate. And he jumped right out there, and you love the fact that he's in there, and we want our best on best every day. So it's just it's a bummer. It's unfortunate. Troy's been working hard this year, so it was kind of a freak deal, So, but he was ready to go Friday, so he was going to play.
Right.
He was going to, he just wasn't going to start. So.
And he's not available for this week.
No, unfortunately he's not. It's he's been kind of nicked up all year too, and it's just it's kind of a bummer because he's been battling an ankle and he's been battling a little bit of a shoulder, and for his sake, not even for the football team, but just for him personally, would have been nice to been out there for that win on Friday. But anyway, yeah, he's a great kid, and he's doing well, and he'll be there. He'll be at the game on Friday.
So everybody else healthy or?
Yeah, we're pretty good. Luke's got some some sore ribs. I mean, everybody's battling something right now. I mean, but everybody's ready. That's there. So, I'm trying to think of anybody I think everybody's fairly good. We've got some, Dom's battling a hand injury, Minetti. He's got a big bruise on the top that we got to put a pad on and tape up pretty good. So he played with that the whole second half. Luke's been kind of battling some sore ribs. We got a couple ankles that are fine, but they're sore. Ammon Anderson's been beat up all year, and he just keeps gaming, man. That kid, I can't say enough about that kid either.
Yeah, Ammon has had some really great games defensively, I've noticed.
Oh, boy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's just been, boy. Yeah, great kid. Going to miss him, too. Great kid. Matter of fact, you'll see him on Friday night. We're going to bounce him around a little bit Friday night, and just because we don't know that much about Mount Tahoma.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of a game plan with him playing a little bit of DN, because he played DN a couple of games for us. And you're gonna see him play a little DN, and you're gonna see McGregor play a little bit of the 3-tech D tackle. So, when you see that out there, we're gonna be bouncing around a little bit just to kind of see what they are, and because we don't know a ton about them,
right?
How they're gonna try to 100% attack us, if they're gonna come under center or try to spread us out a little bit. So if they try to spread us out a little bit, we want a little bit. We're gonna bring McGregor into the 3, and then have Ammon outside. And then Trevor Meyer, we got Trevor Meyer back.
Okay.
So he's 100% back and healthy, and we'll have him back because he didn't play Friday night.
Right.
So we'll have Trev back, and we've missed him. So should be good. I mean, I think it's going to be a fun game for you guys. I really do. I think should be entertaining, and hopefully we come out on top, and we'll see how we handle adversity, and how we, if we can clean up our penalties a little bit on the false start stuff.
So how big would it be to get a second win in a season, because that hasn't been done for a while?
Yeah, it hasn't been done for a while, and it would be a big deal, just for the kids, for the off season, for the basically what I've been telling you for the last 10 weeks is we're trying to build attitude, effort, commitment, a culture change that we want to be, we want to work, we want to get in that weight room, we want to all do it together and be together, and that's the thing that we've been striving for since we started this thing back in August. Or even earlier than that, even in July. So, and that's one of the things that hurt us early. I think there was a couple games that we let go just because we weren't quite a team yet. And like the North Mason game, and Monty, you could see early in that game it was 8-0 with 5 minutes into the second quarter. It's still a football game. Hey, we're fine, keep our heads up, and the kids just don't have. At that point, we weren't a family yet. We weren't a team. We were just guys and coaches out there, coaching football, playing football, right?
Right.
Just because we haven't been together that long. Well, as the season wore on, you could see the family starting to build. You could see the brotherhood starting to click. And, that's, unfortunately, that's what I've been trying to preach to the kids is like, hey, that's why we have to get in the weight room. That's why we have to, stay with our brothers and sisters, and we do things together, and we go support each other when they're playing sports, and you guys do things outside of football together. So when, the season starts, everybody knows each other. Everybody's comfortable with each other. So, yeah, I think that would be huge. It would be huge.
That's Shelton head football coach Mike Speaks. His Highclimbers take on Mount Tahoma next here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down
and move over.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask. I've been asked why I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. That's an easy one, my kids and grandkids. When I reflect on what I would like to see Mason County look like in 10 years, I see a robust economy, safe streets, and happy kids. This will only happen if we act today to make sound decisions and to entice businesses back into our county. Mason County has everything we need to entice business. We need proven leadership to get us there. With your help, we can achieve all this and more. I'm asking for your vote in November.
I think we're here, Jerry.
All right.
Yeah, welcome back to Mount Tahoma Stadium, officially George Norty Field. I didn't realize that. But we are here for some football to wrap up the season. Diedrich Allen here, Jerry Apple right there. Yeah. We're in another booth tonight. We're ready for some crowd noise now. We're a little bit more prepared for tonight, but you might see reflections in the glass because there's a glass window right in front of us. So keep that in mind. Mount Tahoma 0-9, Shelton 1-8. They played last year at Highclimber Stadium with the Highclimbers sneaking one out 12-7. This I kind of have a prediction. This is going to be a high-scoring game, Jerry. It's just.
I think you're good. I think you're right.
I think this is going to let everything go, leave it out there on the field. Last game of the season, might as well go deep into your playbook, I think. And we were watching the warm-ups, and we saw a little different look from the Shelton offense. So we'll see. I'm thinking we're going to get something pretty similar to what the Highclimbers run.
The Shelton Highclimbers won the toss and have elected to defer.
Oh, that's different from last week. So the Highclimbers won the toss and elected to defer. And we are just a couple minutes away from kicking this thing off. Highclimbers will be in their white jerseys, black pants, Tahoma maroon jerseys and pants, and the yellow numbers, or I should say gold numbers. That's what you'll see on the field. And we'll have that kickoff when we come back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Okay. Welcome back to Mount Tahoma Stadium. George Nordy Field. I'll get that right before the night is done, Jerry, I tell you. We are ready for some football, wrap up the season. This is all for pride here. Mount Tahoma looking for their first win on the season. Shelton want to make it 2 in a row, and you know what? I don't think they've had 2 wins in a season for 3-4 years, Jerry.
It's been several.
Yeah, we're everybody's anxious. And, you know, we were here really early. We were watching the Mount Tahoma kids just kind of play out there on the field. They were loose. They were ready to go for this early. Highclimbers on the bus. I don't know how they were, but they'll be kicking it off to the T-Birds.
It'll be interesting to see if the wind has a factor tonight. I noticed it started picking up before the game, the wind. We'll see if that has any
bearing on things?
Yeah.
And just so you know, the Highclimbers will be kicking into the wind at this time, it looks like, if I got that right. There's no flags on the ends of the goalposts, so. But either way, Hunter Borgald has it teed up at the 40 to kick it away. You've got Blaney and number 3. Is that Washington? Thomas Washington back deep to get this kickoff. Now, we watched the Highclimbers do a little pooch kick and come up with a turnover at the beginning of the second half last week. We could expect, you never know what could happen here tonight. Like I said, bag of tricks. High, short kick heading for the sidelines. Ooh, collision. Ball looks like it's free. And who comes up with it? Let's see who came up with it. I hope it's going to be Mount Tahoma ball.
Yeah, it was interesting, Dietrich. 2 Mount Tahoma players collided into each other.
That was a collision. One going backwards to get the ball, the other one coming forwards to get the ball. They collided. The ball was free, but that and Van Zandt will jump on that, and the T-Birds will have the ball to start the game on their 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to go out of the gun. That's Farmer. Back to pass. He's got 2 receivers near side, 1 receiver far side, and 1 back behind him. And it looks like there might be a little bit of confusion to start things off. Man in motion. Van Zandt. There's the snap on target. Farmer throws over the middle. Picked off straight away. Who's that? That's going to be Jason Kenyon on the pick and the return. Gets near the 20, drug out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. 1 play, 1 turnover, and the Highclimbers are in the red zone at the 19.
Well, last week, Jason Kenyon had 2 interceptions.
That's right. Both of them just kind of snagging him out of the air as he jumped up to grab it. And it's 1st and 10 at the 19 for the Highclimbers. It's a good positive start, Jerry, for Shelton. Luke McPhee will go under center. Has the 2 backs behind him. Looks like Kenyon and Oles hurt the wide out near side. It's Kenyon diving up the middle. Got a yard, maybe 2, depends on the spot. I think you give him a yard, Jerry. We don't have any good ball on.
That's what they gave him.
Yeah, they give him a yard.
Yep.
2nd and 9 from the 18 now. Oh, they did find a chain crew for tonight's game.
Yeah.
I think one of them happens to be the athletic director for Mount Tahoma. I think she's running the down marker. Same formation, McPhee under center. Man in motion, that's Bourne. Bourne on the sweep. Cuts it up the middle, gets to the 15. Yeah, looks like maybe this 16 will be where he stopped. Give him 2 on that one.
Okay.
So 3rd down and
They've been using Bourne a lot more on the running game.
Well, with the injury to Goodwin is one of the reasons. He's Bourne at the end of the formation. It's a double wide and double tight. Single setback, man in motion. And that's an incomplete pass intended for Charles Hurt, I believe. So it's 4th down and Hunter Borgal to come out to try a field goal.
And we were watching him in practice, and he was doing fairly well.
Yeah, he hit something like a 30, what did we say,
37,
37, yeah. May have been a little off, but it was right on target. Trevor Meyer, the holder. This will be a, they're going to move it up because they had the wrong spot. So this will be a 34-yard field goal for Hunter. And again, Trevor Meyer, the holder, waiting for the snap. There it is, a little off, but we have whistles. Ball's going to come up short anyways. I think somebody did a little bit of movement there. I mean, if it's 5 yards on Mount Tahoma, I don't think it is, but if it's 5 yards on Mount Tahoma, I think you might
reconsider.
Reconsider the, well, you want to get some points. Well, they didn't move even the ball here. Nope, they're going to have a false start. How do you get a false start on the defense? Illegal formation, maybe. But you do want to come away with points, Jerry. I think that's the point here. Is it's going to be
it looks like they're going to stay there. Looks like they're going to continue to perform.
No, we're going to have a timeout. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll find out what the Highclimbers decide to do with a 4th and a long one. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This is Sharon Trask.
And I approve this message.
I'm voting for Sharon Trask because she is a strong candidate that will research her information, verify her facts before coming to a decision.
She's got a really great heart for the community. She's a very smart lady. She cares about her community, and she's got a lot of great background, and I think she'll do great for the county.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
Let's see.
Okay. We're back here at Mount Tahoma Stadium. The Highclimbers have a 4th and 2 from the 11. And it looks like they're going to change their mind, and they're going to go for it. Looks like an offset eye, and now it's a direct eye handoff. Ooh, boy, stuffed right there in the middle. I think that was Oles on the carry. No, it was Kenyon on the carry. Loses a few yards, but a good idea. I think Mount Tahoma knew that's what was going to be coming, and over on downs it goes. T-Birds will take over on their own, looks like 13-yard line. So the turnover amounts to essentially a 4 and out, Jerry, but with what, 9 yards of 8 yards of offense. So Farmer will spread them out again. He's got 3 wide to the near side, 1 wide to the far side, and a single setback man in motion. That's Van Zant. Oh, that was should be a false start, and the handoff. Jeez, McGregor just trying to corral the little guy. And a loss on the play. What? Is that Stoop on the carry? No.
I saw no penalty, though, flag.
Yeah, there was a man who took off early on that no flag. I think he may let a few things go tonight. So a loss officially of 3.
Yes.
So 2nd down and 13 for the T-Birds. Same formation. Trying to figure out who the back is back there. Man in motion, this time it's the inside man in motion. Snap on target. Farmer under some pressure, flushed out. Dumps it off, and it is complete on the sidelines. That was Thomas Washington with the reception up near the marker. I think he might have gotten the first down. Yep, it's up to 14, or to 24, excuse me. No, I wasn't even on shot. I'm sorry. Doing too much play-by-play and not enough camera work here. This time,
first down.
Now Tahoma doubles them up, and 2 men just moved there. Flag on the play and a handoff. And getting across the 25 to about the 27. That was Isaiah Chun, I believe. Or was it Blaney?
It's hard to tell
these
numbers.
Are really
it's
tough.
Really hard.
Yeah,
Shelton's numbers are easy to see.
Yeah, it was 20.
Okay.
He just came out of the ball game. And the penalty will go on illegal shift. That'll march the T-Birds back 5, I would imagine.
Illegal shift on the T-Birds.
So that brings it back 5. Negates any gain that was there for Mount Tahoma. And it'll put it back inside the 20 to the, looks like the 19 or 18.
That was their 2nd penalty, so they've been penalized 10 yards so far.
So I'm not even sure where the ball went there. I think it went straight up the middle, and that was 22 on the carry. That's Blaney. I think, did we have another penalty on that? If I saw some laundry out there. Guess not. Nope, yes there is. I guess he just kind of picked that flag up. It's up to the 25.
Gain of about 5 on the play?
Well, actually, I guess it's going to be 6, Jerry, because it's 2nd down and 9 from the 20.
Okay.
What's a yard? In football, everything. Under center goes Farmer, back to pass he goes. A little bit of pressure, and right there, 3 high climbers, led by Kyle McGregor. Ammon Anderson in there. It looks like Charles. Nope, that's Dom Monet on the.
A loss of about 8 on the play.
Back to the 16-yard line. So 3rd down coming, and the T-Birds are going the wrong way. If it's not by their mistakes, it's by the defense of the High Climbers. So we have 3rd down and 18. Out of the gun, man in motion, that's Van Zant. High snap, laid it down, and handoff. But boy, oh boy, the High Climbers are all over there. Ammon Anderson is the one that got the tackle and busting in there to break it up. It was Jake Meyer. He got there first, slowed him down, and then Ammon right on it, and that's 4th down. And it looks like it was a 2-yard gain after all that. So Anthony Bourne will be back to receive this punt. He's standing on his own 45. Pressure on there. Trevor Meyer nearly got to it.
Very close.
And Bourne will stay away from it, and it rolls, takes a T-bird roll inside the 35 and out of bounds. Looks like right at the 35 on the far side. Trevor Meyer's been missed a lot this season for the High Climbers, and he's back in there. So the High Climbers, for the most part, are healthy, except for Troy Goodwin.
Right.
They got some nagging little things, but nothing too serious except for Troy. So we're not going to see Troy.
Yeah.
He's on the sidelines in street clothes.
48-yard punt, no return. Boy, they just about blocked that.
Yeah.
They were close. Shelton was.
T-Bird's a little slow getting off the field here. Under center, and it's going to be a jump in there. That's going to be 5 yards quickly. Forward for the High Climbers. I don't know if that was more of a strategic thing. They didn't have their defensive unit out there fully. They were still changing, and he might have just said, oh, this is going to be snapped. I think I better just jump on somebody.
Well, Mount Tahoma has picked up their 3rd penalty.
There's another late substitution, and the handoff is not going to, that play's not going to come in there. It's going to be an illegal substitution, I would imagine, because the T-Bird came rumbling in as the ball was snapped. I think I call it offsides. Either way, it's 5 yards. That should give the High Climbers a 1st down on their own 45.
Well, we've already had 4 penalties for 20 yards against Mount Tahoma.
So 1st and 10 from the 45 for the High Climbers. Under center goes McPhee. His 2 backs behind him. Handoff, a little fake. No, it's going to be a pass, and going to be incomplete.
It was intended for number 10.
Yeah, Anthony Bourne, only guy in the area. I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication on that, or maybe Bourne was held up at the line a little more than Luke expected. So it brings up 2nd and 10.
And how does that work? You can hold him up for the first 5 yards?
Well, not necessarily hold him up. You can impede his progress in the first 5 yards.
All right.
So Hurt will go wide to the far side. Handoff. This is going to be another play action, and that's a nice catch right there, jumping and getting it right in the belly was Charles Hurt with the 1st down catch. It's like he got 13 on the play. Jerry?
And that's the first completed pass, and that's the first down.
Second.
Second down, okay.
Because the first down was by penalty.
That's right, that's right. You're right.
But that was a nice pass. And Charlie jumped up there to grab it, and it was right in his breadbasket, as they say, right in the belly, right on target. Little pitch to Kenyon, and we're going to have a flag here. They're pointing in the direction of Mount Tahoma again. It's going to be another penalty on the T-Birds. Hey, it sure is. It's going to be offsides this time. Wow. So you're just playing into the High Climbers'
hands, you're giving them
Well,
giving them
you've given them
yardage.
25 yards so far.
Yeah, without them doing a whole heck of a lot. McPhee goes under center again. Now Jonker will move to the other side of the formation. Handoff. Nope. And again, play action. Luke got a guy down there. That's out of the hands of Hurt and a flag on the play. That should be pass interference.
Because the defense never turned around when that pass was thrown.
Partially, and there might have been some grabbing on him too, because if that pass had been any more accurate and into the more towards Charles Hurt, that's 6 points, but not quite. So it'll be a 15-yarder and a first down. This is not a spot foul, as much as we'd love to have it all the way up inside the 15. Should put it at approximately what?
It's going to be a 15-yard penalty from previous spot. That's going to result
in 21. It's first and 10 for Shelton on the 21 of Mount Tahoma.
Mount Tahoma's accumulated 40 yards now in penalties.
And we've 6:34 to go here, first quarter.
Right.
That's going to be a long night for their defense if this keeps up. McPhee under center. This time he's going to hand it off to Kenyon. Kenyon cuts it up the middle, pushing the pile inside the 20 to about the 18. It's these three big guys coming out that seem to throw everybody off. And these are the meat of their defense, I think.
Looks like a gain of about 4 on the play.
To the 18, yeah, 4, actually, yeah, 4 yards. Kenyon in motion. Little play action pass a little high for Hurt to get, and that'll be incomplete. Third down coming.
Pass high intended for Charles Hurt. Football incomplete.
Under 6 minutes to go here, first quarter.
So far, Shelton has ran the ball 4 times and passed the ball 4 times.
I wonder if that's a game plan, even pass rush, or just the way it comes out. Well, it looks like McPhee's going to split them wide on both sides. Hurt far side, Jonker near side, double tight. And a single setback. Back to pass goes McPhee, looking to the near side, just out of the grasp of Bourne. Incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they're certainly opening it up to more tonight, aren't they?
Well,
you were right about that.
Well, like I said, this is the last game. Might as well do everything in your playbook that you have. And there's not a whole lot of risk here other than you want the W. And it looks like we're going to get Borgalt on to kick a 35-yard field goal. That's in his range.
Yeah.
Hit the 34-yarder last week. Kick is up. It's got the distance. It hit the upright. Wow. Just a foot off. Wow. Just a little bit off. So we still remain 0-0, but the Highclimbers have been knocking on the door a couple of times here already in the ball game, and Mount Tahoma will take over on their own 20. First and 10 for the T-Birds. Looks like Farmer will split them 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side, and the back. One back in the back reeled, and Farmer goes under center. Turn around handoff to the little guy, and then trying to find some room up the middle. I'm thinking that's 20 and Isaiah Chun. Could be wrong, though.
First down carry for Trevino Lewis.
Nope, it's on Lewis. Pardon me. It's 11. Lewis. And he got 3. Looks like he got 3.5, 4 yards.
Yeah.
Second down, and I'm going to call it 6 from the 24. Guinea splits 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side, single setback. Handed off this time. That's a first down run. This time by 22, Blaney. He got to the 31. That's a 7-yard run, Jerry.
Okay. Second first down for Mount Tahoma.
The first and 10 on their own 31, now 5 minutes. Approaching 5 minutes to go first quarter, no score. Another handoff This time it's Lewis. Lewis breaks one loose. Look out. Caught crossing the 50 to near the 45. I think that was Jonker on the tackle. Mark him all the way up to the Shelton 44.
Trevino Lewis finds some room, breaks a long run. Penalty marker is down on the field.
There's a marker on the field about the 45 of
Zach Junker was there for the Highclimber.
the T-Birds. Let's see what the call is.
It was a 22-yard run, but it looks like it's going to be called back.
Yep, holding on the T-Birds.
On the Thunderbirds.
And that'll be up at the Thunderbird 45 or 44. So that should put it back at the 34, and that'll be should repeat the down, shouldn't we? Or is it?
Well, they've got it first down over there. Oh,
second
down.
That's what
okay.
I thought. So second and about 8, looks like.
7 yards to go.
I'll call it 7. Short drop, dump off a screen this time. Oops, shakes one tackler. Jonker ends up cleaning that one up, and I know he's still on his feet, but who was that?
Number 3.
Number 3.
I believe, Thomas Washington.
Washington slipped one tackle by Myers, then got wrapped up another 5 yards up and slipped another tackle by Jonker, but then the rest of the Highclimbers cleaned that one up. And that was up to the 41. It's going to give him a gain of 7, I think.
Okay.
Third down and 1 for the T-Birds, and you got 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side, and a whistle. Do we have a timeout here? Highclimbers use the opportunity to make a substitution.
It looks like it's going to go against.
Do we have a penalty, or are they going to call it a first down?
Looks like he did get enough.
Oh, they're going to say that that was enough for the first down. Interesting.
Yeah, that was third first down.
So first and 10 for the T-Birds. Hand off again, a little quick squirt there. And Jake Myers with the tackle across the 46, and it's Lewis on the carry. Number 11. I see that. I don't know where Lewis comes from. Is that right on the sheet?
Yeah, number 10.
Was it 10? It looks like an 11 to me, but it
Is
must
it?
be 10. I'll take it. He said Lewis.
Okay.
So 3 to the near side. Inside handoff. Oh, man. Just kind of got lost there amongst the bigger trees, and he's still pushing the pile. Wow. Not sure who had the ball.
Looks like number 20.
Yeah, Isaiah Chun on the carry. Gets into the Highclimber territory and all the way up to the 40-yard line. First and 10 for Mount Tahoma.
Fourth first down. Nice run.
Yeah, he just pushed a pile about at least 5 yards there.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
kept going and going. Under center is Farmer. Hand off to, this one's, I think, 11. Might be 10 on the carry. Or is it 21?
Number 11 was the carry. Looks like.
They're calling him, it's Lewis by the PA guy, although his
Okay.
number is 11, so we'll call it. Brings up second down and about 5.
Well, here's the problem.
Oh, okay.
They've got 10 and 11 for
Woohoo, look at that. Ball came out. Jake Myers busted that one up after the handoff to Blaney. And Jake Meyer all over that one. Wow. Loss of 3 on the play. Brings up third down. And let's see here. So looks like 8. I can't see the cherry. It's too dark.
It's 10 and then they got a /11 for Trevino Lewis.
Okay, well, we can only do what we have.
Yeah.
Well, just give up on our rosters that I provided because they're always wrong. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. It looks to me like he might be even offsides, but the referee says he's okay. Pitch to Lewis. Lewis scampering and then closed out. Jason Kenyon on the tackle there, and then Zach Junker as well. It brings it 4th down.
Gain of about 1 on the
Yeah,
play.
1 on the play to the 38-yard line, 37-yard line, excuse me.
Well, let's see. It's 4th down.
Well, you're in high climber territory. I would think you'd go for it.
It's 4 down territory.
Yeah,
definitely. Like you said, they have nothing to lose
that
tonight.
is, there's nothing but the pride on the line here, and Farmer's going to go out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers on each side and a single setback with him. Here comes a blitz. Snap on target. Oh, Farmer, nice move. He's going to dump it off. Picked off again, Jason Kenyon on the return. That's his 2nd pick in 2 games. He's on the run, getting out of bounds about the 45. He's just everywhere. He's a ball hawk.
Well, he returned at least 20 yards.
Oh, yeah. Jason Kenyon having a couple of weeks to multiple interception games. I'm very impressed, and I'm looking forward with how he's going to do in basketball this season.
4 interceptions in 2 games.
Yeah, and he's returned it out of bounds at the 45 of the Highclimbers. That's where Shelton will start out. 1st and 10. McPhee under center. Hurt the wide out on the near side. 2 backs in the backfield. And head off to Oles. First guy through. Just lowers his head and powers forward for almost 2. So he did get 2 up to the 47. Yeah. It's interesting watching Josiah. Just kind of gets the ball and lowers his head knowing there's going to be contact and plows ahead.
So he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, 2nd and 8 for the Highclimbers. Hurt wide to the far side. Bourne is the split in. Handoff again to Oles. Oles nowhere to go. Spins trying to find some room. And I think he lost 2.
He lost about 2.
Yeah, back to the 45. A lot of surge there by the defensive line. And those defensive guys are pretty big. Especially right there in the middle.
Well, we mentioned that they had a couple players that were around 250 pounds, 260
bigger.
pounds.
Yeah, I think we had a 305 in there. I mean, there's some power to it. This is all muscle, guys. So hurt the wide out on the near side. Handoff, nope. Goes to Kenyon on the 2nd try. Oh, Kenyon breaks it loose into the secondary. Trying to get to the outside. Slips from feet. Can he get inside? Inside the 10-yard line. Jason Kenyon from the 45 to the 10.
Well, 45-yard run.
Inside, well, he's actually going to be going to spot him out of bounds at the 12, it looks like. So
4th first down.
4-3.
Nice run,
yeah,
45 yards.
It looked like they had him stopped, and then Jason just squirted out. And that'll do it for the first quarter. No score, but it's been entertaining so far. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Why re-elect Melody Peterson as Mason County Assessor? Experience. Melody has worked for the Assessor's Office since 1994. Leadership. She successfully managed the office through a major software conversion, implemented a plan for annual revaluation, and adapted required analysis for the valuation process. Honesty. Melody has streamlined her office to cope with recent budget reductions while continuing maximum service to the public. Mason County deserves honest, experienced, and professional leadership. Vote Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor. Waiting for the start of the second quarter. No score, but the Shelton Highclimbers have a 1st and 10 in the red zone on the Mount Tahoma. Looks like a 12, 13-yard line. It's like a 12-yard line. Nope, 13-yard line. I'll make it right. Bourne in motion. Pitch to him, looking to get around the edge. He's got some running room, but he's chopped up. Good pursuit by the T-Birds. Got, looks like at least 2 on that, Jerry, depending on the spot.
Let's see. I think he got more than that. Yeah, let's give him 3. Let's give him 3.
Okay, I'll go with that. We'll spot, well. Looks like it's at the 11.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to give him 3, but math doesn't lie. Hurt comes wide to the near side. McPhee goes under center. Oles shuffles to the one side and handoff to Kenyon, I believe. Nope, that's Monet. Or Monet. Is it Monet or Monet? Or Monetti is what I said for Dom, number 25 for the Highclimbers.
I would say Monette.
Well, it's a French thing, but, I saw a video with him, and he called himself Manette.
Manette?
And then Coach Speaks calls him Monetti, and then I think I've been heard Monet. So I'm confused. Third down coming. 3rd and 8, handoff. This one, ball came free. Oops. I believe that was Oles on the carry. No, wait a minute, it was not. We have a downed Highclimber. Thunderbirds recovered it inside the 10 at their own 9, and we have a Highclimber down. And I don't know who the player is. I think it might have been the ball carrier. Could just got a wind knocked out of him. Let's stay right here. Not sure who the downed Highclimber is. Play did result in a turnover. I think we will take a timeout, Jerry. We'll be right back. We'll find out what's going on the field. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit KeepTheConnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
We're back here at Mount Tahoma Stadium. We have still attending to the downed Highclimber. We're not sure who that is because I have not seen the number.
We were hoping just the wind was knocked out, and we hope it's nothing more serious than that.
I think they might have brought out some sort of a brace or a air cast. We just noting that there isn't an emergency services vehicle on premise here. We are in the middle of Tacoma, so I'd imagine response time is pretty quick.
Right.
If it so needs to be. I can remember it was probably 5-6 years ago. It was at Silverdale Stadium and covering, not broadcasting, but covering a 8-man playoff game. And they had to, it was interesting, and I chuckled because it was actually a radio personality helping the team, the Merriam Knight team out, and he was calling 911, and he's from Centralia, and he's trying to figure out what to tell the dispatcher about the address of where they were. And that's an interesting thing to know. You should know your address for that, just for that reason.
But you would think if they said Silverdale
Well,
Stadium.
you would think. And of course, a lot of people call it Olympic Stadium because it's on Olympic
right.
High school
And that's
campus.
an interesting thing, too. Right now, I believe there's 2 teams that are sharing that field, but that's not going to be the case in the future.
Actually, every school in the Central Kitsap School District will have their own stadium next season. Oh, they've got him up. Saw 5. Looks like he might be able to walk off on his own power, so that's good. Still have not been able to identify who this player is. I do see a 5. I still don't know who it is. We've got him on his feet, so that is definitely a good sign.
Good sign.
If it's just a 5, then that would be Hunter Bourgon. Then we don't want that.
Well,
we don't want anybody to be injured.
No.
Might be Dom.
Yeah, we're thinking. That's what I was thinking. It might be.
Yeah, but it's Dom.
Yeah, Dom.
But he's walking off on his own power. A little steady.
Round of applause for the injured Shelton Highclimbers. Prayers and thoughts, and here's to a speedy recovery.
So a good.
That's good that he walked off on his own power.
Yeah, he walked off just a little. There's a coach holding on to him, I think, just to steady him. And they're heading to the locker room on the far side. Now it's going to be Mount Tahoma ball. 1st and 10 on their own 9. 10:44 to go, second quarter. No score. Been a lot of action here tonight, but no scoring. The Highclimbers have been knocking on the door a couple of times, but haven't punched it in or put any points on the board.
Thanks to Jason Kenyon.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, he's had 2 interceptions and a 45-yard run.
So 1st and 10 for the T-Birds, and the T-Birds are a little too anxious. Farmer's back there going, guys, come on. What are you doing? I didn't even park out a snap call here. So it's that'll be half the distance.
It's interesting. Shelton has not had any penalties yet.
And now you say that. You
I know. I should have said.
You wait till halftime when you make those statements.
Oh,
Jerry.
okay.
Hand off right at the goal line. There goes Lewis again, looking for some space, going sideways, and Charles Hurt grabs a hold of him, tracks him down, and I think there was might have been Trevor Meyer flying in there as well. And after all that, he got the penalty yards back. No, not quite the penalty. Okay, give him, 4? We have a timeout on the field.
We'll give him 4, yeah.
Give a timeout on the field. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
All right, 2nd down and about 11. For Mount Tahoma on their own 8-yard line. Farmer hands it off. I think this is Lewis dancing around, nowhere to go. Hits the wall, that is the Highclimbers. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down and 11. That was Lewis on the run, Jerry.
I believe so.
Well, yeah, 11 on 11 there. Jake Myers with the credited with the tackle there.
3rd down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, the marker's up right at the original line of scrimmage, so they're going to give him 1 officially. So it's 3rd and 10 now from the 9. Man in motion, stacked over formation, handoff this time, and stumbling his way to about the 12 is number 33. It's number 33, I believe. Okay,
It was number 20.
Was it 20?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like a 3 and a 3 to me. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a punting situation for the T-Birds. I think Farmer does the kicking. And Bourne standing at 45. Farmer gets off a punt that's a line drive. Take a bounce that Bourne tried to pick up at the 45. He's immediately tackled there. But number 41, that's Fuaga the 3rd. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers on the Mount Tahoma 45. So again, a good field position for Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had good field position all evening here. 9:05 to go, second quarter. McPhee will go under center, and we have a timeout by, looks like Mount Tahoma. And that'll do it for their timeouts.
Well, I think that's their second. You think that was their third?
I'm thinking it's their third. I could be wrong. They have them posted on the scoreboard, but they haven't moved, and we know they don't have 3. We know that each team has at least taken 1, and you say 2 for Tahoma. I almost think that's 3.
Okay.
But you're tracking it a little closer than I am. But we can go with 2. We're just going to keep it right here. 9:05 to go here in the half. We do welcome you all to the broadcast here, Mount Tahoma Stadium, Georgia Nordy Field. No score here in the ball game. Highclimbers have turned it over once, but have grabbed 2 interceptions, and that was all Jason Kenyon having the game, continuing where he left off last week.
Right.
So we're set to play here. McPhee goes under center, has a receiver on each side and double tights, single setback. Looks like that might be Oles. Back to pass, straight back, looking to the far side, throws and incomplete.
Oh, yeah, I thought there was interference there. It looked like he grabbed his arm just before the ball got there.
Okay, Anthony Boren was the intended receiver. Trevor Meyer also in the same play. And we have a downed high climber who's just on a lane there on his back. And that was Connor Van Dyke. He's up again. They are going to make him go off the field, though.
Yeah, they have to go off for 1 play. Is that correct?
Well, there's a coach out there bringing him off. He didn't want to come off, and I don't blame him there. But we do have a penalty. It looks like it's going to go on Mount Tahoma. That's that pass interference. And 15 yards. Puts the ball up at the 30-yard line for Shelton. 1st and 10 there.
That's the 5th first down for Shelton. Let me ask you a question.
Hopefully I have an answer.
Okay, when you have pass interference like that, do you call that a completed pass?
No.
No, okay.
The penalty erases any play, actually.
Okay, all right.
So the same formation with McPhee under center and wideouts on each side. Double tight, back to pass. He looks at the near side. He's going to throw it to Kenyon. Kenyon, nice little move, and then tried to go inside. Then he went back outside, and he's fighting for every yard he's going to get, and they're going to call him out of bounds. About the 25. Just shy of the 25, it looks like. But give him 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming for Shelton.
And he worked for those 5.
I like Luke's progressions through his where he's going to throw. Jerry, he's looking pretty much. I think the PA guy said he checked it down. That would be his 3rd option, I believe. And boy,
but he's looking at the whole field.
He's looking at the whole field, and you know he only has like 2 seconds to do so, if that. And Mount Tahoma jumps off sides, so that'll be another penalty another first down by penalty. And how many yards of penalties does Tahoma have? There's just 20 in the last 2 plays or 3 plays.
75 yards so far.
75 yards penalties for Tahoma.
And we're only barely into the 2nd quarter.
Yes. Almost halfway, or actually 4 minutes into the quarter. This time's a handoff to Kenyon. Kenyon trying to find some running room. He dives forward, quick on the whistles. I think Kenyon had a little bit more room, a little bit more in him, but they give him 1 to the 19. It's the Fuaga families here, Jerry. I'm sure they're at every game since they have 2 Fuagas on the lineup. Receivers on each side and a single setback. Double tights for McPhee. Back to pass, looking to the far side. Throws, out of the hands of, in and out of the hands of Zach Junker. He's slow to get out, but he took a shot on that play, too. That's got to hurt. You know, I heard something on the radio today, Jerry. Just throwing this out here. There is a thing called cap guard. It's a cushion thing you put on helmets that helps protect the head better.
Oh, wow.
Looks funny, apparently. but it does protect the
also
head
protects.
a little. Yeah.
We have less concussions. Great.
Couple of I think there was 20 teams in 20 high schools in Shelton or in
State of Washington.
Washington doing a pitch to Kenyon. Kenyon looks like he was going to throw for there a minute, but he found some running room, and he dives for the first down marker. Don't think he got it on the far side.
I don't think he did, but I think he picked up probably about 7
It looks like
yards.
they spotted
Let's
at the
see.
12. May give him 8. No, yeah, give him 8.
Okay.
It's like 4th and 2 coming for the Highclimbers on the 12. Need to get to the 10 for the first down. 7:18 and counting here.
2 yards to go.
Receivers on each side, double tight. Hand off to Kenyon. Kenyon straight up the middle. Gets the first down and gets near the 7-yard line. Nice run by Jason. No, that was Josiah Oles. Excuse me. That was the handoff to Oles up the middle. That's the power of Josiah that we haven't seen a lot of because he doesn't seem to get an opportunity to get those feet churning, legs going. Same formation. Oles, the setback, Bourne in motion, takes the pitch, cuts it up the middle, still on his feet, and then he's going to get, well, there's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, 2 or 3.
Yeah, looks like a loss of 2.
Ball back at the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Did I mention that?
No, you didn't before, but yeah, it's good.
All right. Junker wide to the far side, Hurt wide to the near side. Single setback, that's Oles. Back to pass goes McPhee. Throws over the middle. Knocked away. I call that incomplete. So 3rd down from the 10 now.
Well, we're halfway through the 2nd quarter.
Clock should be stopped. That's an incomplete pass. The clock should be stopped.
Yes, it should.
I guess maybe they don't want it to stop here. Nobody's noticed it. So you can add on at least 20 seconds to the clock here.
Well, maybe now they figured it out. Maybe they're trying to let the...
Yeah, they're trying to get the attention of the clock operator, and it's still running. You got at least...
Wow.
Boy, oh boy, nobody's paying attention here. We know it's going to be over 6 minutes.
Yes. I think when I brought that to your attention, it was about 6 minutes and
it was just
4 seconds.
Yeah. So they got to at least put 6 minutes on the clock. I'm thinking it's going to be more like 6:15 or so.
Okay.
That's what I would say. But it's up to the guy in the white hat to decide that. 3rd down and goal. They're probably going to tell them to wind the clock when they think it should go.
Well, let's watch it here. See.
And we're going to get a penalty. This is going to be a false start on the Highclimbers.
And that is the first penalty on the Highclimbers.
That's a very interesting statistic.
Yeah, it is.
Because, this would be the cleanest game they've played so far this season. Yeah. So it's now 3rd and goal from the 15. I'm saying there's more than 6 minutes to go here in the half.
Right.
Do we have another penalty? Nope, it's going to be a timeout for Shelton. So we'll take it. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Back here at Mount Tahoma Stadium.
Well, interesting thing on that clock that you were saying, they can't put it back to 6 minutes and
15, whatever seconds. Well, it's easier just to hold
let
them.
Hold it.
Hold it until the time runs off, and then they'll let it go. But it's 3rd and goal from the 15 for the Highclimbers. Back to pass goes McPhee. He's going to be smothered under and sacked. Wow, nowhere to go. Just all-out blitz on Luke there. And we have a downed T-Bird there.
Yeah.
So it's like 65. I do not even have a 65 on my sheet, Jerry. Not on that sheet. It would be on this one, wherever it is. This is exactly why I make my own, because you can't read them. Oh, it's on the back side, right?
Yes, it is Chase Sue.
Okay.
Chase Sue, number 65.
The downed T-Bird. Oh, look, that's interesting. If you look at above the scoreboard, there's a fire. I'm kidding, folks. It's a video because they brought it to us and said, this is for halftime. And
we said, sure, we'll
play
take care of it.
But, you know, we have no way to get it out to the Jumbotron here.
Everybody, rub your hands together and say warm.
I guess that's what it's for. Staying warm. Okay. Well, we have a down player, so we'll step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and we're not making light of the down player.
No,
by any means.
We hope that he is able to walk off on his own power.
We'll be right back.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
And we're back here at George Nordy Field, Mount Tahoma Stadium. Injured T-Bird getting attended to. I think they're about ready. They got him sitting up, so that's definitely a good sign. He's about ready. Yep, he's being lifted to his feet, so he's going to likely walk off. Well, he's getting a little bit of help from his friends, but still under his own power.
You know, this is quite a beautiful facility, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's just beautiful. Oh, nice facility.
I think this was I want to say this is like 96, 97 maybe completed.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it. And then Hunter Borgalt's going to come on to kick a field goal for the Highclimbers.
And it's doable, 30 yards? No, it wouldn't be. Excuse me, it would be 37.
37.
Mm-hmm.
This is about where he was kicking them in the pregame, but the other way. Mm-hmm. And then the ball spotted right in the middle of the field. He was kicking it from the hash marks earlier. We'll see. Snap, spot, kick. Scott. Did he get it in there? Yes, he did.
He did.
Highclimbers gets the score. And it's 3-0. Shelton will take a timeout. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions. Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
3-0 is our score. Shelton strikes first, and the Highclimbers have the lead after being in the red zone every possession of the game so far. Jerry, and Borgalt has it teed up at the 40. So we got Washington back near side, and I believe that would be Blaney on the far side. So Hunter taking a really deep drop here for the run up on the kick. Kicks it high and short. It takes a Highclimber roll, and the Highclimbers almost had it. Sliding in there and grabbing it. I didn't see who it was, Jerry, but there was a Highclimber almost snagging that ball. And it's down to inside the 30, the 29.
I think it was Bourne.
Was it Bourne?
Mm-hmm.
Might have been Yarborough. I saw a 30 in there.
You saw a 30?
Yeah.
And if that was the case, that would be
Ethan Yarborough.
Ethan Yarborough. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the T-Birds will start out on their own 29 with 1st and 10.
Well, it's always nice to recognize a lot of players.
Yeah. We could spend the whole night reading the list.
Sure.
And what do we have here? Oh, we're going to get the right ball out there. And there's a penalty on the Highclimbers. I don't know what tapping the shoulders is all about. Is that illegal touching? It's a 5-yard penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll spot the ball at the 34.
And that's their second penalty for a total of 10 yards.
1st and 10 for the T-Birds. 2 wide to the short side of the field, 2 wide to the wide side of the field. That's the near side out of the pistol. Snap kind of lazily there. And a handoff to number 22. And that's Blaney. Blaney got up to the 45. That's first down for
Yep,
Mount
they're going to give it to him. So that's the 5th first down for Mount Tahoma.
At their own 45.
10 yards to go for Mount Tahoma.
Just under 5 minutes to go here in the half.
And Blaney is their leading ball carrier. He's had 3 carries for 23 yards.
I think the T-Birds need to hurry it up a little bit. Yep, the hand goes up. They got 5 seconds to get the play off. Snap high. Little double thing. The ball's free. Highclimbers
and
jump on it.
It's recovered by number 66. Let's look and
That's
see.
Let's see, that's
Connor Van Dyke.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
said it at the same time. I was like, we had it planned. So another turnover. That's 3.
Yes, it is.
On the T-Birds. And the Highclimbers, again, in great field position. They're on the Thunderbird 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Got to look for that end zone, though. Can't, I mean, points are great. But I'm sure Coach Speaks would like to put 6 up there instead of just 3. Hurt comes wide to the near side. 2 backs behind McPhee, who's under center. Pitch going to Oles. Oles throwing into double coverage. Oh, sorry, didn't get that, but Charles Hurt almost came up
with
a great catch.
Let's see if they recall pass interference against Mount Tahoma. We'll see what the call is.
I don't know what else it could be. I did not expect Oles to be throwing at all.
Well, like you said at the beginning of the game, we're going to be pulling, might as well pull out all the plays you have in the playbook. Have fun.
So it's going to be a penalty on Mount Tahoma. Pass interference, another 15 yards. So the 1st and 10.
And who was the intended receiver there?
Had to be Hurt.
Okay.
Charles Hurt.
Charlie Hurt. Okay.
Going to march off the penalty and put the ball all the way up to the 22, it looks like. So 1st and 10 there for the Highclimbers. Hurt will come wide to the near side. Bourne is the split end, and the 2 backs behind McPhee under center. Man in motion, that's Bourne. Little read option, delayed handoff, didn't work whatsoever. Trying to see who comes out of the bottom of the pile there.
And let's see.
It's got it. I'm thinking it's, well, thinking it's Kenyon on the carry, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't
no
sure.
No gain either way.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 22. Might have been Oles as well. I think it might have been Oles. Oles will go from to the double wing. He'll go in motion. Another inside handoff, and boy, oh boy. Stood up on that play was Bourne. Right back to the, well, actually squeaked out a couple of yards.
Yes, he did.
They're going to put it up to the 20, so that gives him 2. 3rd and 8 from the 20 for the Highclimbers. Knight is a single setback behind McPhee. Hurt near side. Believe that's Jonker on the far side. Back to pass goes McPhee. Oh boy, and they just rushed over him. And down goes McPhee for the sack.
The duo is back at it.
And that looks like it's going to be
6-yard loss.
7 back to the 27.
Okay.
So that'll bring up 4th down. Kind of looks like the Highclimbers are going to take a timeout. 2:43 to go here in the half. 3-0 Shelton on top. The Highclimbers trying to put more points on the board. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Fourth down coming for the Highclimbers.
Well, Shelton has had very good field position tonight because of the 3 turnovers that they have created, the 2 interceptions and the 1 fumble. I don't think Mount Tahoma has been in Shelton territory. Have they?
Once.
Once. Okay, once.
So Hunter Borgalt is on to kick what looks like a 44-yard field goal.
Yeah.
That's a long, long ways.
45-yard field goal attempt upcoming.
Yeah, 45, right between. The spot looks like it's going to be between the 44 and the 45. It's a long ways. Snap, spot, kick. It's got the distance. It's going to just come up short. So no good on the 44-yard, 45-yard field goal attempt. And he's 1 for 3 tonight.
But he was close on that.
Oh, yeah, he hit the upright.
He had the...
And on the first one. He made the second one, and this one came up short by probably 6 feet, maybe.
Yeah.
If that. So it'll be T-Bird ball on the 20.
You imagine what he's going to be like when he's a senior if he keeps working with this. He is a soccer player. So,
but you don't play soccer in the fall.
No.
At least the boys don't.
Somebody was smart to ask him to come out and play football, huh?
Under center goes Farmer. Hand off. Oh, boy. Nice little spin move by number 24. Is that what's the official number 24, Jerry?
The official number 24 is Cam Osage.
Osage, okay. So that's right on my sheet, okay. And you lost one after all that. But yeah, nice little spin move as the Highclimbers busted through the line there. Clock is running, approaching through 2:10 to go in the half. We've got Blaney coming back into the ball game. T-Birds do take a lot of time here, Jerry. Farmer sends 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. He'll go out of the gun. High snap on target. And we got a late flag. Too much time, I think. I'll start. 5-yard penalty. March the ball back to the 14-yard line. It'll be first down, or second down, excuse me.
90 yards and penalties.
Yeah, it was like 16. Second down and 16 for the T-Birds on their own 14-yard line. Farmer wants that ball. Jump and hands it off. That's Blaney. Blaney picking his way, breaking tackles, slipping tackles. Look out. There goes Blaney to the 50 now. He's got a blocker, a couple of blockers in front of him, and he's finally brought down inside the about the 35. I think it was Bourne with a tackle. That was a huge run, though. All the way up to 35.
Yards. The T-Bird first down.
From the 14
to
the 35. So 1st and 10 from the Shelton 35 are the T-Birds. Minute 30.
50-yard run.
Yeah. Minute and a half to go here and counting. Farmer out of the pistol this time. Then Blaney will step up next to him. Back to pass. He'll dump it off to Blaney. Nice little screen. And Blaney fights his way inside the 25 to about the 24, 23-yard line.
Another first down, T-Birds.
And it's spotted at the 23, 1st and 10.
Gain of 13 on the play, and that is the 7th first down for Mount Tahoma.
1st and 10, ball on the 23-yard line.
So the Highclimbers with the lead, T-Birds with the ball, Farmer out of the gun. 2 receivers on each side, Blaney the back beside him. Back to pass he goes, looks to the near side. It's complete, and hanging on to the jersey was Anthony Boren, and that's 3 Washington on the reception. Short gain there. Might be
1.
Well, yeah, 1. Timeout called. Mount Tahoma. Now they take their last timeout. So you were right, I was wrong. Okay, we'll track one up for Jerry.
Okay.
He's got to get something right throughout.
That's the third.
So
that's the third timeout, isn't it?
Yeah, it is now. Yeah.
Third timeout. Okay.
They still say 3 on the board. I just want to point that out. It's not just me.
Okay.
But, Jerry has to get something right, and this would have to be the game to do it, because this is the last game he could get something right. So 2nd down from the 22 are the T-Birds. Farmer, is that Farmer back there? It doesn't look like him. He's got 3 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. Everybody switches in. Going to put 2 on the near side. Blaney's the back behind him. High snap, little double fake there. There's Blaney actually, and he gets to the 20. Blaney on the carry, yeah. Got 2 on the carry. 3rd down coming. So 2nd, and it looks like 6. Farmer out of the gun again. Back to pass looking, throws complete to the far side, juking and jiving. And looks like Trevor Meyer will, is it Trevor Meyer? It was Anthony Morin. No, it's Charles Hurt on the tackle. And that'll put it at the 6-yard line, Jerry.
Another first down, so that's the 9th first down for Mount Tahoma.
I was wrong, it's the 11-yard line. Farmer rushes everybody up. It's only 5 seconds to go here. Get a playoff look for the end zone. Here's Farmer, gonna do a little boot. Throws to the end zone. And did he get it in? No, he did not. Couldn't keep his feet in bounds, incomplete. And that'll do it for the half. Complete all you want. The referee was right on top of that, and I don't know if he even got that in the shot, guys. It was a nice little toe tapping try.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
In high school football,
One
you
foot.
have to have both feet in,
One
right?
foot.
1 foot.
1 foot in high school and college, 2 in the pros.
That's right. Pros, I know it's 2.
And if you notice, a lot of those receivers make sure they get 2 or 3 feet down in
Yeah,
a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 3-0 lead at halftime, and I was told it was going to be a 20-minute halftime period.
Very nice try, though, on trying to keep his feet in.
Yeah, I will give you that. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with Jerry Apple's stats and more at halftime. So it's 3-0. Shelton with a slim lead after 1 half of football. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This is Sharon Trask.
And I approve this message.
Why am I voting for Sharon Trask? Because she's got a really great heart for the community. She's a very smart lady. She cares about her community, and she's got a lot of great background, and I think she'll do great for the county.
I believe she will be a trustworthy office holder who will look to put Mason County on a firm footing as we move into the future.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Why re-elect Melody Peterson as Mason County Assessor? Experience. Melody has worked for the Assessor's Office since 1994. Leadership. She successfully managed the office through a major software conversion, implemented a plan for annual revaluation, and adapted required analysis for the valuation process. Honesty. Melody has streamlined her office to cope with recent budget reductions while continuing maximum service to the public. Mason County deserves honest, experienced, and professional leadership. Vote Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Well, it's halftime here at Mount Tahoma Stadium. Shelton leads 3-0 after two quarters of football. We're just waiting for Jerry to do his calculations on his statistics. It's going to be interesting to see how this one breaks down. We do know that the Highclimbers got forced 3 turnovers and turned it over once themselves, but they do have a 3-0 lead on a 100-ball field goal. And this is the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show. We have about 15 minutes here in the halftime period, doing a little recognition below us for Mount Tahoma folks. And we will take another timeout. We'll be back with Jerry Apple stats and more from Mount Tahoma Stadium. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be right back.
There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask, and I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. I've lived in Shelton for the last 14 years. During this time, I've gotten to know and love Mason County and the people who live here. When I decided to run for Commissioner, I knew this was the perfect opportunity to give back to a community that has been so good to me and my family. I'm humbled that so many of you have given me your support and love. I'm asking for your vote in November.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
Halftime here at Mount Tahoma Stadium. 3-0. Shelton on top. It's now time for Jerry Apple's stats. So, Jerry, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Diedrich. Well, Shelton had 8 first downs. They had 18 carries on the ground for a total of 79 yards. The leading ball carrier is Jason Kenyon. He's had 7 carries for 58 yards. One of those, of course, included the 45-yard run. Passing, they were 2 for 8. They're opening it up a little bit. That's good. If you take the 79 yards that they had on the ground, and they completed 2 of the 8, which I just said, for a total of 18. Let's add the 18 and the 79. We've got a total of 97 yards for the Highclimbers. The good thing also is Jason Kenyon had 2 interceptions, and Connor Van Dyke recovered a fumble. They only had 10 yards in penalties, and that's one of the keys of the ball game right there.
Because the other side of the ball.
Well, yeah, let's look at that. Let's start with the penalties for Mount Tahoma. They've had 95 yards in total penalties. Wow, yes, that really does hurt. And they did recover 1 fumble. So Shelton had 1 turnover. Mount Tahoma had 3. On the ground, Mount Tahoma had 17 carries for 91 yards, and they completed 4 of 7 passes for 36 yards. So if you add the 91 yards on the ground and the 36 yards in the air, they had a total of 127. Scoring summary, well, it's been Hunter Borgault had a 37-yard field goal, which made it 3-0. Hunter also attempted 2 other field goals, one for 34 and one for 47. Tonight, it looks like it's been a Jason Kenyon show with the 2 interceptions and the nice run that he had of 45 yards. And also, he's had he's received 1 ball, caught 1 pass.
Right.
I haven't noticed as far as returns by us tonight. I don't think
there hasn't been an opportunity.
There hasn't been an opportunity.
There has not been an opportunity. So
yeah,
that's another aspect of the game that we haven't seen tonight. We're seeing in my pregame interview, Coach Speaks did talk about you're going to see a lot of Hunter Borgault tonight kicking. I didn't think it was more than just the kickoffs and the punts and the routine stuff, but he's had 3 field goal attempts.
Right.
And that's, you don't see that much in high school ball. It's usually you get down, you get on the other side, you get inside the 20, you're going for it. You get inside the 30, you're going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
And we saw, you get some faith into your kickers, and we talk about how it's such a key to the game is the kicking game. I mean, if you have a good kicker who can pin them deep, who can hit the field goals, hit the extra points consistently, you don't know how far what that does to your team. You've seen it. When you have a great kicker, you see what you have to. It's something you have to defend against. An aspect of the game that you have to defend, and it's special teams are huge.
And Shelton has had a great field position tonight, and that's due partly to the 3 turnovers and to the kicking game.
Right. Well, we haven't had a punt by Shelton tonight.
We have not.
I think we only had 1 punt for...
I think we did have...
Did we?
There was 1 that was almost blocked.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so there was one punt. And that was a nice punt. He got it off, but it was close to being blocked. So, yes, Hunter is a sophomore. I've had him in driver's ed, and I think the world of Hunter. Just a really good kid. I'm glad to see that he's doing well this year in his kicking game.
I'm just looking down here, and it's strange to me that Mount Tahoma is recognizing their senior football players tonight. Usually you do that on the last home game of the regular
Right.
season of your conference play. They're doing it here because this is their last game at this stadium.
And I noticed they have a lot of seniors.
They do have a lot of seniors. There's a lot of kids out there. A lot of support from a family in a program that is kind of on the downturn right now, having gone all season, all the first 9 games without a win, and they would love to have one tonight. And Shelton's saying, we want to make it 2 in a row.
Yes.
Which is something they haven't done for several years.
We haven't seen.
Yeah, at least the last 3 years. But that, these crossover games, you want to put yourselves in a position to get your win to build for next year.
Right.
And that's really what we're trying to talk about. Changing the culture. You hear the coach talk about in all the pregame interviews. Change the culture. Let's start thinking. Let's get them in the weight room, and all of that. And that's a key point of all these programs, because in today's day and age, I mean, when I was in high school, 30 plus years ago. I don't remember many of my, I wasn't a jock, but I had some friends who were, and they didn't talk about the weightlifting that much and conditioning. They just wanted to play. And it's different now. Now you have to do your training year-round. You do your camps as much as possible, which is allowed. And it's a whole different game and different way to excel. And you look at the programs that do excel, and they've got the training programs off season. They do the weight. You have a lot of kids who are multiple sport athletes, and sometimes that's just because they want to stay in shape, and it's easier to stay in shape playing another sport, or they just want to be that way.
But it'd be neat to see. We were looking at I was looking tonight at the list of Shelton Highclimbers that'll be coming back next year. Plus, we're going to add, we got a pretty good 9th grade class, an 8th grade class of football players, and they've been doing pretty well. And we've got 30 total sophomores and juniors, and there's probably more that are not able to play, or that are not in the
on the sheet
there because of being hurt or whatever. So that's a good sign. And I know that I was talking to one of the coaches just before the game, and he said, if we can win tonight, we've improved. This is going to get these kids excited to get into the gym. And I know that when I was in high school, there was a bunch of us that did lift for football, and especially for wrestling for me. So, yeah, I'm glad. And then the other thing is, hopefully this last summer, they did not go to many camps, Shelton. No. I don't know if they went to a camp.
No, they did not.
So I think next year, now that you've got the coaching staff established, you've got your head coach who is making improvements on the program, you're going to see them go to a couple camps. Definitely. Last year, they just didn't have that time to do that.
No, the hiring process took longer than anybody anticipated, and there wasn't a whole lot of time to get the team to the camps, because you got to reserve your spots.
Because usually they go to 2 camps, one in Oregon and one in Seaside, I believe, and the other one's in Wenatchee. So they didn't get a chance to go to those 2 camps, and hopefully they'll get a lot of kids in the weight room, and hopefully they're going to play a lot of 7-on-7 next spring.
Right, I've heard that too. 7-on-7 and getting the fundamentals down, and not this season you've seen a lot of false starts, poor blocking schemes, things like that, and that's all just mental, not knowing what you're supposed to do when you're out there in the field.
But you're seeing them cutting down on their mistakes.
Right. 2 penalties, is that what you said?
Yes, that's
2
what I said.
2 penalties on Shelton in the first half.
Yeah.
And a ton on Mount Tahoma.
Yeah.
And that is, and the turnovers, again, are the difference in this ball game. Unfortunately, the Highclimbers have not found the end zone, but they have been down in the red zone almost on every one of their possessions.
They've been down there at least 4 times that I know of.
Well, we know 3 because
because of the field goal.
Well, the field goals were long. The one that he made was long.
And then we had the fumble.
Right, the fumble.
So I think it was 4 times.
And the difference in this ball game is very obvious. It's 3-0, and the game is not decided by far. at this point.
No.
I mean, it's too close of a score. If your coach speaks, you're thinking, man, I should be up 21-0 at least. If you're Mount Tahoma, you're going, boy, we're glad that we're only down
lucky.
3.
We're lucky.
We're really lucky. We're down only 3 at this point. But we still have another half of a game to play here, and I will get this right now because I know for sure Shelton will be getting the ball to start the third quarter. We know this for sure because we made that mistake last week because the first possession of the Highclimbers was.
And you were
3-0.
right on when you said that Shelton is going to open it up a little bit more.
Try something a little that we haven't seen. I don't necessarily mean it's opening it up. I think it's Coach Speak saying, I'm going to add 1 or 2 more plays in a different formation because this is the way we want to go. We don't want to be as predictable as we have been in the past.
Yeah, we haven't seen the in around yet, I don't think, tonight. That's
no,
surprising.
not yet. I don't know if we'll see that tonight. I don't know. It's it's not our call. We don't control the destiny of the Highclimbers. The Highclimbers control their own destiny at this point, and the Highclimbers are coming out to do their warm-ups, and leading the way was Jason Kenyon, and I think it's Ammon Anderson as well. There's your leaders right there.
Well, speaking of tackles, we've heard Anderson's name a lot tonight.
Yeah. Ammon has had, and Jake Myers. I mean, Trevor Meyer, Jake. Yeah. I mean, they're coming to their own, and they know this is their, so make a statement here to end the season on a positive note.
Sure.
But you're up 3. See if you can do more in the third quarter. As Highclimbers are out there to do their warm-ups, we're just a couple of minutes away from the third quarter, as they're still on the field or down the sidelines, the senior class for Mount Tahoma. That's really a nice look because they're all pretty happy, despite the season that they've had. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more of the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show. Third quarter coming up. Shelton leads 3-0, and yes, we are playing football tonight. We'll be right back.
Well.
Why re-elect Melody Peterson as Mason County Assessor? Experience. Melody has worked for the Assessor's Office since 1994. Leadership. She successfully managed the office through a major software conversion, implemented a plan for annual revaluation, and adapted required analysis for the valuation process. Honesty. Melody has streamlined her office to cope with recent budget reductions while continuing maximum service to the public. Mason County deserves honest, experienced, and professional leadership. Vote Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Down to 0, but
all right.
You think?
Well, they usually put 3 minutes back up on the clock. And now there you go. So we're 3 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. It's something they started, I'm going to say 5 years ago, maybe more, where you would have your normal halftime period, 15, 20 minutes depending on what's going on. 20 minutes for special occasions like what we saw tonight, homecoming usually. 15 is the usual time. I don't know if you've ever timed it in the professional leagues, but I think they do 10 minutes in the pros.
I think it's more like 15.
Is it 15? I don't know. It seems to me like it's really
pretty quick.
Well, when you're going back, let's go back to the studio, and you've got the halftime crew doing their thing, and if you're a Fox fan, you got Terry Bradshaw doing his highlights. If you're a CBS fan, I don't even know. I don't watch too much CBS football because the Seahawks don't usually play on CBS.
Yeah, they usually play on 13.
Yeah, that's the Fox broadcast. Just speculating here. I don't watch a lot of professional football or college football for that matter. Just don't. I mean, might be my loss, obviously, because you're a big fan of.
Well, I am of the Seahawks and I am of the Huskies. Tomorrow I get a chance to go to a person's 80th birthday, and they said to bring our Cougar gear. So I've been calling around, asking people, begging people to borrow their Cougar sweatshirts, and they say, Jerry, we don't want those to be stretched out, okay? So I have not had very good luck in getting any Cougar sweatshirts.
Jerry, there's a mall just down the road here. I think it's closed by the time we're done, but they can always go to the store.
I could go to the mall, couldn't I?
You could just go buy something in the mall.
If I'm really serious about honoring this person, right?
Or you could just, a maroon shirt?
Yeah, at least I tipped it, yeah. Well, I'm a little cheap, so maybe I'll just go with the maroon shirt. How's that sound?
That sounds, dress nice, and I think they'll forgive you. Got a suit, put a suit and tie on, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That's always the way to gain favor with anybody. But back to this football game, we're just about 30 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. 3-0, Shelton on top. The Highclimbers should be getting the ball to start the third quarter, and we won't make the same mistake as we did last week. But
yeah, that was a little confusing.
It was confusing because we forgot about the first possession, and I think everybody wanted to forget about Shelton's first possession last week.
But it was interesting that Shelton was able to kick it from the other team's 45.
Well,
North Thurston's 45 because of the penalty at the end of the game.
Right, end of the first half, yeah. They didn't really explain that to us, but we were on the opposite side from the referees. Didn't see the flag. It might have even happened heading to the locker room.
Right.
We don't really know.
It was
unsportsmanlike. And yeah.
But that was great. We'll take that.
We'll take it. And, the pooch kick has almost worked twice tonight for the Highclimbers.
Yeah.
To recover those high end-over-end kicks. But we have Bourne and Kenyon kind of deciding which side they're going to go on. They're standing about the 15, between the 15 and the 20 at this point. In their backfield, waiting for this kickoff. Two deep threats back there.
Yes.
If Mount Tahoma has scouted Shelton at all, I would say you kick it to Bourne.
Yeah, because Kenyon's been averaging between 15 and 20 yards on returns this season. A lot of 15, 17 yard returns.
Well, I say that's what you would do if you've scouted Shelton. You haven't seen a whole lot from Bourne on the returns, but he did have a punt return for a touchdown. So, he's a threat as well. But consistency, I don't think Anthony's had that opportunity. But we'll find out what Mount Tahoma does. Here we go. Oh, they're going to kick it short. Takes a weird bounce and grabbing it out of the air and pulling it down. Trenton Hughes.
And it has to go 10 yards, right?
Yep, it went 10 yards. Because they're going to spot the ball at the 43.
First down, 10 yards to go for Shelton.
Trying to catch Shelton off guard.
Well, there's the other thing you do if you have scouted Shelton. Just don't kick it to the guys at the back. Kick it short.
Mm-hmm.
So Hurt will go wide to the far side. McPhee under center. Two backs behind him, I believe. That is, Oles is one of them, but he didn't have the ball. I'm trying to think who that was. Jason Kenyon.
Okay.
I didn't think Jason was out there. The second back in that situation, or that lineup, looked quite large. I thought it might have been Knight.
And it looks like they're going to give him 2 yards.
Yeah, 2 yards. So 2nd and 8 from the 45 now. McPhee gets everybody set. Hand off. And that is Oles right to the line of scrimmage before he's pulled down. Might have gave him half a yard, Jerry.
Yeah, it looks like it's, no. Yeah,
you're
right.
Give him a yard.
Yep, I will.
So 3rd down, 7 to go from the 46. Hurt will come wide to the near side. Kenyon and Oles are in the backfield. Bourne, the split out, hand off to, nope, it's a fake, and wide open is Bourne. Bourne up the sidelines on that completed pass inside the 30 to the 26. Nice. See, Luke does such a great job. He's faking me out every time. Little play action, little dump off to Anthony Bourne, 1st and 10.
29-yard pass play.
And Luke is trying to get the play from the sidelines.
It's 1st down, 10 yards to go at the 26-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 26 for the Highclimbers.
Longest pass play tonight, 29 yards for Bourne.
Man in motion. That looks like it's Jake Myers. Took a hit. That was Jake Myers on the carry. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Took a big hit. And I'm going to give you a guess who made that tackle, Fuaga, because their family is right here beside
Yeah, you could.
us.
Anytime they do well, which they have tonight on the tackles.
There's 2 of them out there.
They're big kids.
Big kids.
And I'm sure probably really good kids.
Trevor Meyer goes wide to the far side. Hurt wide to the near side. 2 backs behind McPhee inside. Nope, another fake. Intended for Boren, incomplete. Short little pass there. See, Luke does such a great job. I keep thinking he's handing off every time.
He does, like we said, he does carry out the fake real well. And talking to Eric, a couple games ago, he says that Luke has quite a work ethic. Just a hard worker, works hard.
So 3rd and 10 from the 26. Little play action there. Going to dump it over the middle. Ooh, boy. Did he pull that one in?
It looks like
yes,
he
did.
Yeah.
That was Anthony Bourne up into, looked like triple coverage, pulling that one down for the 1st down inside the 15 to the 14. Wow. That's a 1st and 10.
That's the 10th 1st down for Shelton.
We're going to spot the ball at the 13-yard line. Highclimbers in the red zone again. Single setback and a receiver on each side, double tight. McPhee hands it off to, I believe that was Oles. Yep, it was Josiah. He got nothing.
Yeah.
No gain there for Josiah.
Bourne and Anthony is the leading receiver. He's caught 2 passes tonight.
Trevor Meyer goes to the other side, to the near side of the formation. Hurt wide to this near side. Hand off to Oles. Oles picking his way to the 10. That brings up 4th down, I believe.
So gain of 3 on the play.
So it looks like the Highclimbers are going to, no, I guess it is it 3rd down? I'm sorry, it was only 3rd down. I thought it was 4th. 3rd and 7 from the 10. Meyer goes wide to the far side, Hurt to the near side. Single setback behind McPhee, that is Oles. Kenyon on the split end on the near side, a little play action. Luke looking for the end zone, he's going to pull it down, he's going to run. Slides at the 5. And that's really close to the 1st down marker. Depending on the spot, they're going to spot it at the 4. That'll be just short, 4th down coming. They were going to send Hunter Borgalt out to kick the field goal, but I think they're going to think about it again. Timeout. Shelton will step aside. 7:32 to go, 3rd quarter. 3-0 Shelton. Highclimbers knocking on the door.
There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
Fourth and 1 for the Shelton Highclimbers. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah,
Jerry.
they are going to go for it. I thought they would.
I kind of figure you want to get 6, not just 3. Put some distance between you and the T-Birds. So under center will go, that is not Luke McPhee. And he got the first down. Who?
Could have been Jonker?
Might have been. Yeah, it was Jonker with running the quarterback keeper. He's a bigger man, hard to bring down than Luke. So that's 1st and goal. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 2.
That's 11th first down.
So Shelton knocking on the door. Jonker, no, he's going to stay in the lineup. He's going to run off now. He's coming back to the huddle. McPhee will go back and run the show. Meyer to the far side, Jonker to the near side. Oles the wing to the near side. Handoff, that's Knight, nowhere to go. Richard Knight took the handoff. I'm thinking he might have lost a yard there, Jerry, back to the 3.
Yeah, that was his first carry of the game.
It's a good thought, though. So Jonker will go out, and Hurt comes back in. He'll come wide to the near side. Trevor Meyer wide to the far side. Looks like Knight is a single setback behind McPhee, and there's going to be a penalty. False start.
And that's the 3rd penalty. A total of 3 penalties for 15 yards, which is still very good.
So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 7. Pitch to Bourne. Bourne looking for some running room, runs into the wall. That is a Fawaga. I'm sure, I don't even have to look at the number. I'm sure that's who he ran into. And I'm thinking he might have lost a half a yard, maybe even 2.
No, let's see.
Looks like they're going to put it back at the 9. Or is it the 8? I guess it's no gain.
No
so
gain.
3rd and goal from the 8 now. Near hash mark. Meyer alone on the far side, Hurt on the near side. Little play action. There's a rollout by Luke. Looks and throws to Meyer, and I'm not sure Bourne got in the way there. It was thrown to Meyer. Bourne was running the route and tried to grab it. It goes incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down, and the offensive machine that has been tonight, Hunter Borgalt.
And he'll be kicking it from the...
Looks like it might be about the 18, 19. It's going to put it at the 17. Nope, it's going to put it at the 16, so it'll be 26 yards.
Yeah.
So let's see if Hunter can add to this 3-point lead. He kicks it up. Looks good to me, guys. It sure is. Make it 6-0 Shelton on the leg of Hunter Borgalt. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
we've got your back.
You have ours.
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, Slow down.
And move over.
Another field goal by Hunter Borgalt. And the Highclimbers are up 6-0. 5:38 to go, third quarter. Mount Tahoma Stadium, Diedrich Allen and Jerry Apple tonight.
Nice to have that option of Zach Jonker being able to come in and dive for a first down.
Off the quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
And he's a bigger body, size-wise. Even if he just falls forward, he's going to get 3 yards, I think.
Yeah,
he's just that tall.
And we saw that at the end of the game against North Thurston, that he came in a couple times at the end of the game and kept the ball.
So what do we have here is referees are going to get everybody set in the right spot. I don't think I've ever seen one of the referees run across the field like that, right up the 40. So Hunter has it teed up, a couple guys back, see if he's going to kick to him or kick it short. He's going to do a little short pooch kick. It's going to be grabbed at the 38 by one of the up man, and just like Jason Kenyon is the one that knock him down. And that'll give 1st and 10 for Mount Tahoma on their own 37.
First down, Mount Tahoma.
About a 20-yard kickoff. 23.
Well, 20,
no return.
No return.
What's your thoughts on that, on the pooch? Do you think they should do that or kick it deep?
That's a good question. There have been a lot of newer coaches in the high school football. They don't punt. They always go for it on 4th down regardless of where they go, and there's always an onside kick attempt or a pooch kick. Nothing deep. That's just a philosophy. I think with the speed of Mount Tahoma, it's a smart idea. You keep it out of those guys' hands. Farmer will hand it off. Oh, he kept it. Wow, on the read option. He did a nice fake. And Farmer to the 40 on the carry on the quarterback keeper. That had me faked out.
It did. It did. Well, about a 22-yard run. Yes, very nice.
39-yard line, 1st and 10 for the T-Birds. A little bit of a spark here from the
and that's the longest run tonight for Mount Tahoma, and I think this is the 2nd time they're in Shelton territory.
I was just thinking that. Hand off this time. And still on his feet. What a run by number 24. Gets up near the inside the 30. 24. That's. Oh, it's Lewis. No, I don't know about that. It was 24, so that's
another 1st down.
Yeah, we got that.
So 10th 1st down by Mount Tahoma.
It's Osage on the carry, and he's the back beside Farmer out of the gun. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. And off again. Oops, slips 1 tackle. Slips another tackle, but Jonker got a hand on him and pulls him down. Well, try to pull him down. He is a slippery little guy. I'm sorry.
Looked like 55 on the tackle.
Yes. I'm going to say it's on McGregor.
McGregor?
Yeah. So they're saying, the PA announcer says it's Lewis at number 24. That's interesting. I wonder how they went with that.
He did say it was Lewis.
That's what the PA guy says. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Little play action is going to dump it off to the receiver's screen. Trevor Meyer tried to get by the blocker. I think he was held on that, and there's a flag on the far side. I think it was either block in the back or holding, because Trevor Meyer had that sniffed out, and somebody did something to spring him. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty, I would imagine. Yep, it is a hold on Mount Tahoma, so that goes back 10 yards, and they'll spot the ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, 105 yards and penalties.
Wow. So 2nd down, and it looks like 12 for the T-Birds. Farmer three receivers far side, one to the near side. Handoff inside. Trying to get around the outside. I'm going to say that's Lewis again. I could be wrong. Nope, it's Blakey. Blanky. On number 22 on that to the 31. So that was, I'm sorry, 26, excuse me. That's 4 yards, Jerry.
Okay. And he's definitely been their leading ball carrier. 6 carries for 79 yards.
Ooh, that pass nearly picked off. A little high for the receiver, and Charles Hurd almost scooped it up off the ground. Intended target was number 5. Van Zant, the intended receiver. That brings a 4th down and 8 from the 26 for the T-Birds. So it looks like they're going to go for it. Interesting. Number 3, the wideout on the near side, he didn't even join the huddle. They're going to overload the near side with 3 receivers. Goes Lewis in motion, and a timeout has been called. Too much confusion on that play. So Mount Tahoma will take a timeout. We will step aside. 2:56 to go, third quarter, 6-0 Shelton.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask. I've been asked why I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. That's an easy one, my kids and grandkids. When I reflect on what I would like to see Mason County look like in 10 years, I see a robust economy, safe streets, and happy kids. This will only happen if we act today to make sound decisions and to entice businesses back into our county. Mason County has everything we need to entice business. We need proven leadership to get us there. With your help, we can achieve all this and more. I'm asking for your vote in November.
Fourth down for Mount Tahoma. And 8 from the 26. Farmer with a high snap, little trickery there. And the handoff to number 22. Look out, here he goes. Nice work and pulled down at the 5, but there's going to be a face mask or something on that. And that was number 22. Now that Blaney on the run, and he ran probably about 50 yards trying to avoid Highclimbers. Gets the first down and the penalty there.
11th first down. And a nice run by Blaney.
And it looked to me like it might have been a face mask or a horse collar, the way Blaney was pulled down. Either way, it'll be half the distance from that spot. You're at the 5 right now, 4 actually right now, so
half the distance.
We'll put it at the 2.
So we're looking at about a 20-yard run. Is that correct?
22.
22 yards. Okay.
Yeah, it is a penalty on Shelton, but I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike. Oh, wait a minute. I think we had offsetting penalties here, Jerry. Well, wait a minute. Wow. 2 penalties on the T-Birds on this. Interesting.
So that nice run was...
Hold on a second here.
Yeah.
I'm really, really confused at this point. There was one on Shelton, one on Mount Tahoma, and then you'll march it back to the 16-yard line, 17-yard line. High snap. Farmer pulls it down, and he'll get up to the inside the 15. I didn't quite get what the call was on that. I know there was a personal foul on Mount Tahoma, and then there was something on Shelton, so maybe it was an inadvertent face mask.
Mm-hmm.
Which would, yeah, that would, okay, now I'm with it, because they're back to the 17, so half the distance on Shelton, 2 yards, 15 on.
But I believe Mount Tahoma still got that first down.
Yes, they did. Yeah, it's now 2nd down, 7 from the 14. Farmer hands it off, and I think that was Blaney to the 10. No, it's Chun. Okay. See, I can't even see the numbers at this point.
It's hard. It's really hard to see the numbers for Mount Tahoma.
So it's third and...
And who did you say the runner was?
Chun.
Okay.
So again, out of the pistol handoff, near runner, and it's inside the 5 to about the 3. That's Blaney again. So first and goal from the 3, it looks like.
So that's the 13th first down.
Washington returns to the lineup for Mount Tahoma. He'll go wide to the near side. Van Zandt will join him. 2 receivers far side and a single setback. Farmer out of the gun, hands it off. Thinking that's Lewis. Maybe got a yard. No, it's Blaney on the carry. See, I'm confused over the 22-24. No, that was actually 22, so that's going to be Blaney.
Yep.
And 24 we've determined is Lewis now. Go figure.
Okay. We've had 3 numbers for him tonight.
Yeah, we have. Got 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Out of the gun will go Farmer, and Blaney, I think, got the touchdown. So a touchdown for Mount Tahoma. And they just gave the points on the scoreboard to Shelton. There you go. They got it fixed now. 6-6 is the score right now. 30.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So Blaney on the touchdown run.
Right. And it looks like the T-Birds are going to go for, no, I thought they were going for 2 because I see Farmer out there. He's going to a blocking position. Snapper is Washington, and I can't see who the kicker is.
High snap.
And it is blocked.
Yeah.
So no good on the try.
Yeah.
It's all knotted up.
Very high snap.
At 30.9 seconds to go, third quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
30.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 6-6 ball game now. After the T-Birds, their best drive of the night, and Blaney knocks it in from a couple yards out, and it's all knotted up.
Well, Hunter Borgault has kicked 2 field goals tonight, but we've been in that red zone, I believe, 4 times.
Yeah, 5, I think.
5?
4 or 5,
and
yeah.
we just got to score. Got to score a touchdown.
So there's a run up, and it's an onside kick. Oh, the ball's free, and oh boy, it looks like Mount Tahoma got the ball back as it hit one of the high climber up man, bounced back into the hands of Mount Tahoma, and the T-Birds have the ball in high climber territory at the, it looks like it might be the 49. Nope, it's going to be inside. Where are they going to spot the ball? That'll be the 49. Wow.
Yeah, it only has to go 10 yards on that onside kick.
Right, and if the opposing team touches it, it's a live ball. And that's what happened. It just like hit somebody in the hand and it bounced right back.
Yeah, and that's the second turnover for the High Climbers, unfortunately.
So first and 10 from the 49 for the T-Birds. Tie ball game, 6-6, 28.2 seconds to go here, third quarter. Farmer out of the gun. It's got 3 receivers bunched to the far side, 1 to the near side. Snap high, little handoff, and there goes Blaney. Blaney to the 45. Might have got a little bit more.
It looks like he picked up 5 yards on that play.
Going to spot him at the 43, so call it 6, Jerry.
Yeah, okay.
No, maybe you're right.
Yeah, because they had it.
40, nope, it's 6.
Okay.
43.
All right.
So second down.
Yeah, you're right.
And 4. Now what are we going to do here? Oh, that'll be the quarter. That's what we're going to do here. So we're through 3 quarters, all knotted up at 6-6.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Second down 4 for Mount Tahoma. On the Highclimber 43-yard line. Farmer high snap. Ball, decided to keep it, and he'll get a couple of yards to 41. I don't think that was actually going to be his, he was going to hand it off, and then I think it was just bobbling.
It just didn't look like it was a good handoff.
Right,
yeah.
and he just kept it and got a couple of yards out of something that could have been very disastrous for the T-Birds. So to the 41, third down and 2. Kenny goes out of the, more like the pistol. Same play, Blaney avoids 2 tacklers, got the first down on his second effort, actually called the third effort. And it's inside the 40 to the 38, first and 10 for Mount Tahoma.
Gain of about 3 on the play, and that's the 14th first down for Mount Tahoma. And they've been pretty well running it on the ground. They've only thrown, well, they've thrown 7 times and completed 4.
With the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, with the 2 interceptions.
Little high, soft snap, and I believe that's, I'm not sure, that looks like that's a tune on the carry. Gets 5 to the 34. Second and 5 coming. 2 receivers on each side and a single back beside and a yard behind. The Farmer handoff. Ooh, boy. And that Lewis, and that was Lewis again on the carry with first down run.
Yep.
And there's a flag on the play, and then a second one. And Lewis is pointing in the direction of the Highclimbers, but I think that's what might have drawn the second flag. Thinking he might have offsetting penalties again, or at least penalties on both teams. So we're waiting for some indication here.
Could have been taunting also.
That's what I'm
Tahoma.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it might be a face mask on Shelton, and then taunting or unsportsmanlike against Mount Tahoma, because Lewis was kind of very happy about that at the end of the play, running off the field.
Yeah, you can't point like that to a player.
I'm going to call unsportsmanlike on Shelton. Okay.
Ooh. Now they're going to mark it the other way?
I think they're going to call unsportsmanlike. They called unsportsmanlike on Shelton.
First down, Mount Tahoma.
And I'm not really sure why they're putting it all the way up into the
Still 10 yards to go from the
12, 11, 12 is where they're going to spot that. They said half the distance, I guess from where it was. Pretty close. Wait for them to set it. And Mount Tahoma's knocking on the door again. So 1st and 10, and I think it's going to be officially at the 12, Jerry.
Yeah. Well,
10:35 to go in the ball game, all knotted up at 6.
Mount Tahoma's starting to rack up the first downs. That's their 16th one. And I guess, well, they're going to, okay.
How they move it back to the 18, 19-yard line.
But they did not call the penalty on Mount Tahoma.
I guess not. It must have just been on Shelton. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
First down and 10 at the 14.
I'm sorry, 13-yard line, excuse me. High snap, handoff, little stutter step. This is Chun, I believe. Flag in at the end of the play. He got to about the 11.
Isaiah Chun gets the carry.
I'm interesting. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but those snaps are just like thrown back there, and they're usually just a little high, little lob thing.
Yeah.
And they're almost very lazily done.
3-yard run, but let's see if that's going to be negated.
And that's they're going the other direction.
Yeah, so it'll be half the distance.
I'm still waiting for some indication.
Yeah, we're not sure, yeah.
Oh, no, it's coming back because it's illegal use of the hands on Mount Tahoma. So they'll march it back to the 21. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot. Should still be 2nd down, shouldn't it? I guess it's still 1st down. So from the 21.
1st down and 20?
Not quite 20, but handoff. Oh, boy. Busting in there was Jake Meyer. Nowhere to go for Lewis. Nothing. I think he might have lost 4 on that play.
He lost a
back to the 25. So the 1st down marker is inside the 5 to about the 3. So we have 2nd down and 22, 23 yards to go.
23 yards to go.
Handoff again this time.
Nowhere to go.
Not really anywhere to go. And a flag at the end of that play as well. Is that Lewis or Blaney? I think it's Blaney.
Looks like Oles was in on the tackle. Maybe a couple other people assisting.
A loss of a yard on that, but we have yet another flag and possibly a 2nd one at the end of the play. This one's going to go on Mount Tahoma. Do you want to take the yards? Do you want to take the play? I would say take the yards.
Yes, definitely.
No, I think there might be an indication of pushing the pile. Refused. That was only be a 5-yard penalty, so a loss of 1 and a loss of down is better than 5 yards and 2nd down. So 3rd and 24. Back to pass goes Farmer. He's going to go for the end zone. Hunter Borgalt grabbed it, or was it not Borgalt? It was Boren grabbed it in the end zone. That's a touchdown back, and that's another turnover. It's at 3.
3 interceptions.
Wow. Anthony Boren with another pick. He was in perfect position to screen, box him out like in basketball, Jerry, and pull it down. It's a touchback, and the Highclimbers get the ball at the 20. With 9 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the ball game, all knotted up at 6.
Yeah. 4th turnover on Mount Tahoma.
Interesting that the Highclimbers are huddling 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage. And take that wing tee setup and send Hurt to the far side. Handoff. This is Oles. Oles finding some room, running room across the 25 to about the 28. almost 29, depending on the, it's 29. That's a 9-yard pickup, Jerry.
Yep.
It's a good run. It's the
Nice
best
carry.
Yeah, best run for Josiah so far tonight.
Yes.
He hasn't had much space to run in.
Yeah, he had a 6-yard run in the first half. And this is his longest run, yes.
Under center. And, it's Jonker running the show here. And he loses 4. Now, here's something that I did not pass along to you. If you heard the pregame and the interview, Luke McPhee has some sore ribs. He is out there, though.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe they put in Jonker just to change it up a little bit. So 3rd and 5 from the 25 for the Highclimbers. McPhee has a pass. He just intercepted. Intended for Bourne, a little underthrown. And it looks like James with a pick at the 41.
3rd turnover for the Highclimbers. They've had 2 fumbles, and this is the first interception by Mount Tahoma.
So 1st and 10 for the T-Birds at the Highclimber 41. It's going to come down to who has the ball last here, Jerry, and who can put more points in the ball.
Well, last year's score was what?
12-7.
Okay.
And a little bit of controversy in that, if I remember right. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Handoff goes to Lewis. Lewis got 1. He ran probably 10 yards trying to get that 1 yard, just circling around trying to get by Highclimbers, but ends up.
Yeah, they gave him the 1 yard.
Gave him 1 yard to the 40. 2nd and 9. I think if you're either coach at this point in the ball game, you're just running that clock as much as possible. So there goes Farmer again. Handoff this time goes to Blaney. Blaney managed to get maybe 2 out of that to the 38. 3rd down. 7.
They're probably a little gun shy on throwing the ball.
Maybe, or these runs are just setting up a little play action.
Yeah, Mount Tahoma's passed 8 times, completed 4, and of course the 3 interceptions.
2 receivers on each side. Out of the gun will go Farmer. Handoff goes to Blaney. Blaney turned around. Back at the 50, and Jake Myers will drop him down at the 48, and a loss of, looks like 9-yard loss there, Jerry.
Yeah, he should have probably gone down the first time, huh?
Yeah, he got spun around. I thought he didn't know if he knew which direction to go there for a second.
Yeah.
So this will be 4th down and definitely a punting situation for Mount Tahoma.
And who's back deep?
Anthony Boren.
Okay.
Now he's dangerous. He's got some running ability. There's the snap. A little bit of pressure. Gets off a high short one. It's going to hit out of bounds about the 30. Or just inside the 30, you're going to say the 29. So good defensive stand by the Highclimbers here. 6:12 to go here in the ball game. 6-6 is the score. And they're going to spot the ball right at the 30. 1st and 10 for Shelton there.
Senior Thunderbird parents, please stick around after the game. Our technical difficulties have been resolved.
And let's go. McPhee will send Hurt to the far side. Bourne the wing. Inside handoff to Knight. Knight trying to find some running room. Gets 4 yards. Picking his way around the right side. I mean, that's the 2nd carry for Richard?
Yeah, it's the 2nd carry for Richard. And, they're between 4 and 5 yards.
And
your
it's at
call.
The 34.
4
so
yards.
It's 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. Knight Knowles in the backfield. Hurt the receiver. Split wide to the near side. Boren the wing. Handoff to Oles. Oles cuts it up the middle. And he got a yard out of that. Trying to follow Knight in the lead block, and there's not a whole lot of room to go.
We have not seen Max Johnson tonight.
I don't think Max is on the active roster.
Okay, because I know that sometimes he is the lead.
It's been a while since we've seen Max. So it's 3rd and 5 from the 35. It's like Kenyon and Oles in the backfield. Jonker goes to the opposite side of the formation. Hurt the wide out. Handoff. Nope. Play action. McPhee throws to the middle. Bourne with a catch at midfield. Still on his feet inside the 40. Then he's flipped around and driven down to the turf at the 35. That's another 15 yards. There's a crowd liked the little body slam there, but that's not even allowed in the pros anymore.
That ball was thrown from where?
Oh, it was a 35.
Okay.
I know yardage is what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
So 35 to the 35 or 36. And then we have yet another flag. There's 4 flags out there, Jerry. 2 for the body slam, 2 after the fact.
So we're looking at 15.
Coaching staff from Mount Tahoma doesn't agree with any kind of flag here. Now we're going to have a sideline warning as well.
Well, we're going to look at a 35-yard pass play.
And we should get 15 on top of that, so we should be close to the 20 for the Highclimbers offensively.
And that'll be the 12th first down.
And they're still meeting on exactly what they're going to do here.
And that was completed to Bourne?
Yes.
Okay. And that is his 3rd reception of the game.
We're going to stack up the penalty flags right at the 36. So let's see what we can get out of our refereeing crew here tonight. .452 to go here in the ball game. 6-6 tie. The first down for Shelton in Mount Tahoma territory, and we have at least 1 penalty here. Personal foul against Mount Tahoma. Unsportsmanlike against Mount Tahoma. Wow. So that should be
30 yards.
Well, at the 30, it's got to be in the end. It's going to be half the distance, right? So you add the 15.
Yeah.
And then you go half the distance. So you're going to be close to the 10 at this point. That's my call, but you know.
Yeah.
I've been wrong all night, so.
No, you haven't. You've been doing well.
So we're going to 16. So it should be at the 8. Is that right? No. No, let's see. 15 from there, so it goes to 21. Half the distance from 21, so it'll be just outside the 10, maybe the 12. And that'll be the 15 yards right there.
And now the next one will be
half the distance from that. So it'll be should be the 11 or 10 and a half. You can spot it right at the yellow marker, which is for soccer, right between the 10 and the 11. So 1st and 10 from there for the Highclimbers. They can get a first down.
We're looking at 150 yards in penalties.
Wow.
Diedrich. That's just unbelievable.
And it's a tie ball game, mainly because Shelton can't punch it in the end zone.
Well, yeah, they've been in the red zone many times.
Many times, and here we are again. And now we have a timeout for Mount Tahoma. He wants to gather his crew here and get them all on the same page. 4:52 to go in the ball game. 6-6 is our score. It's their second timeout.
I believe so.
Oh, I guess we'll just keep it right here, Jerry. If you're, I'm just speculating now.
Okay.
If you're Mike Speaks, you really like your situation, except you'd like to have more time off the clock. You can trust Hunter Borgall to kick a field goal from here, no problem. If you had if with this amount of time, you want to punch it in. That's my thinking. So we'll see what the Highclimbers can draw up here. Mount Tahoma, got to stay true to your defense, and no more pile driving and unsportsmanlike and things like that. you know, it was an exciting play and an exciting tackle, but you can't do that.
And they can get one more first down before
they can get it into the end zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can get to about the half-yard line.
Yeah.
Be very, very close to the first down. So the Highclimbers come off the sidelines. Send Jonker wide to the near side, Hurt wide to the far side.
Back to the action after the timeout.
You've got Mendiola Lopez and the split end wing. Back to pass on the bootleg roll, throw to the end zone to
touchdown.
I think it's Jonker. Zach Jonker with a touchdown. Yes. Touchdown for the Highclimbers.
Touchdown, Shelton Highclimbers.
And Shelton's up 12-6 now.
11-yard touchdown pass to Zach Jonker.
And Hunter Borgalt's out to kick the point after to put the Highclimbers up 7. Snap, spot, kick. That's perfect. So the Highclimbers go up. 4:45 to go in the ball game. 13-6. Shelton on top. We'll take a timeout. Be right back.
This is Sharon Trask.
And I approve this message.
I'm voting for Sharon Trask because she is a strong candidate that will research her information, verify her facts before coming to a decision.
She's got a really great heart for the community. She's a very smart lady. She cares about her community, and she's got a lot of great background, and I think she'll do great for the county.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
Well, Highclimbers take the lead, 13-6 on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Luke McPhee to Zach Jonker. And it's a 7-point game here. I think you're going to see a short kick, Jerry. Trying to keep it out of the hands of the speedsters back deep for Mount Tahoma. One of those, I believe, Blaney's on the near side and Lewis on the far side.
I just don't like having Mount Tahoma have fairly good.
Well, or maybe you did a little pooch kick and hope you can get somebody to dive on it, or get. That's what. That was a high short kick. It's going to hit at the 32. Ball's free, and it goes out of bounds off of a Tahoma guy, I believe. They're going to throw a flag as it went out of bounds, but I think it went off of Mount Tahoma, and if that's the case, I'm thinking that's where they get the ball. At the 23.
Let's see what the penalty is.
Well, I think that's what the penalty is, because the ball went out of bounds, but I think it went off a Tahoma player.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, then it would go.
35.
You would have the option. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think because it was touched
a punt,
by.
It was just, the flag.
Yeah. If it was touched by the Mount Tahoma player, as I thought it was, they're going to pick up the flag. So that's what it is. The Mount Tahoma T-Birds will start on their own 23-yard line. So I was right. There's no reason for the flag.
Yeah.
The line judge over there probably thought that was the appropriate call.
Well, I think also trying to indicate where the ball went out.
Yeah, he might have grabbed the wrong thing. You got a beanbag and a flag, and now they're going to put it up. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Really? We have another flag down. I'm really confused about what's happening here, guys. So they're going to, actually, it looks like they're going to give kicking it out of bounds.
Well,
I think that's a wrong.
I don't see how you can call that.
They're saying unsportsmanlike.
Yeah,
on Shelton.
Because you couldn't call it for going out of bounds. So they're saying
that is a penalty, but it's not. I think this is a wrong call.
Well, it looked like they were both just going for that loose ball that was going out of bounds. That's what I thought.
Well, I thought it hit a Mount Tahoma player out of bounds, and then went out of bounds. But now you're going to say unsportsmanlike penalty puts the ball at midfield, 1st and 10 for Mount Tahoma.
Very costly penalty.
4:42 to go in the ball game. Farmer goes out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers on each side. He'll hand it off, and that is Lewis, gets 2 yards around the left side.
I saw number 9 in there on that tackle.
Oh, that would be Jake Myers.
Under center now for the Thunderbirds, number 7, Abraham
Oh, it's the new quarterback.
They'll hand it off to
Abraham
Gains 1.
Lua is the quarterback, not Farmer. Similar build. Got 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side.
Showing blitz.
Showing blitz. Hand off, and a good defensive play by Jake Myers. And that was Blaney on the carry, and no gain. So 3rd and 8.
Second tackle that Myers been in on, right in a row, huh?
Back-to-back tackles. 3:45 and counting on the game clock. 3rd and 8. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Lua out of the gun.
Oh.
Well, see, the Highclimbers jumped. They were going to say there was a flinch or a movement. It's going to be offsides on encroachment on Shelton.
That's a free 5 yards for Mountie.
So that'll make it 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
Ball up to the 43 now. Find it interesting that number 3, Washington, is in the huddle this time. Most of the time he just comes out to his wideout spot all by himself without not being part of the huddle. So Lua out of the gun. 3 receivers far side. Washington the lone guy in the near side. Blaney with a handoff. He'll squirt straight up the middle for the first down, and then there's a flag at the end of the play again.
And that's not a good sign for Shelton.
Well, but Washington looks a little upset about that as he trots off the field. First down run up to the 36.
Let's see if it's there.
That's a 7-yard pickup, but I think it might be coming back based on the reaction of the players. Let's see what the call is. Face mask on Shelton. Wow.
Face mask call against the Highclimbers.
That's only a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah. Shelton is starting to pick up, unfortunately, some penalties. And
after a really clean first half.
Yes, this first half was very good.
Lua out of the gun again.
First down.
1st and 10 from the 31. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Here comes a blitz, and boy, the Highclimbers are a little too anxious on that. They thought they had that count figured out. Snap. And that's another 5 yards. So it brings it 1st and 5 from the 26 now. Timeout is being called by the Highclimbers. We'll take it. 2:57 to go in the ballgame. 13 for Shelton, 6 for Mount Tahoma.
2 timeouts per team.
Okay. We'll be right back. Why re-elect Melody Peterson as Mason County Assessor? Experience. Melody has worked for the Assessor's Office since 1994. Leadership. She successfully managed the office through a major software conversion, implemented a plan for annual revaluation, and adapted required analysis for the valuation process. Honesty. Melody has streamlined her office to cope with recent budget reductions while continuing maximum service to the public. Mason County deserves honest, experienced, and professional leadership. Vote Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor. Under 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. 13-6 is the score. Shelton with the lead. Mount Tahoma with the ball with a 1st and 5 from the Shelton 26-yard line. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Washington by himself. He's pretty much what they usually keep him on this side, and usually in isolation. Lua out of the gun now. Blaney the back beside him. High snap, hand off to Blaney. Blaney squeezes himself up the middle. And there's 8 yards, actually 9 yards on the run. I got a flag. It looks like there might be a flag at the end of the play. Right at the end of the play. Again, not a good thing.
Not a good sign.
Highclimbers kind of self-destructing here in the late going here. Going to have a conference by the refereeing crew here. These games, this Mount Tahoma Shelton is matchup has become quite a rivalry, Jerry.
Yeah.
Are they going to pick up the flag? Okay, so no flag.
No flag, okay.
So 1st and 10 from the 16.
Nice run for Blaney, and that's the 21st first down.
From the 17, excuse me.
For Mount Tahoma. It's a lot of first downs.
Same formation as they've used the last few times. Lou out of the gun. Blaney the back to his right and a yard behind him.
First down, 10 yards to go for Mount T from the 17.
Blaney with the handoff. Still on his feet to about the 12.
Will gain 6 yards, we'll call.
6 yards?
Depends on the spot. Looks more like 5 to me. But put it at the 12.
Okay.
2nd and
4.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Board says 4. We can go with that.
Okay.
Same formation. High snap. Blaney just busted that play with Jake Myers. Just all over that one. And Blaney then he avoided Myers' initial tackle, ran into his own guy, and then Myers cleaned him up. And loss of
Looks
2.
like he lost a yard for sure.
Looks like it might be back to the 14. Clock is running with 1:45 to go here in the ball game and counting. We'll call it officially 7 for the first down. 3rd and 7 from the 14. Under center. And a pitch this time. Trying to get around the outside. Fights his way near the 10-yard line. Oles on the tackle.
And number 15 on the tackle also.
Okay,
assist.
So Blaney gets to the 11, they're going to call it. That's going to be 4th down.
Yeah. And Charles Hurt was also in on the tackle.
Right. So it looks like 4th and a couple. Need to get to the 8, so make it 4th and 3. I don't know where the scoreboard and the PA guy even get their numbers here. Out of the pistol this time. And it's Blaney, I believe, on the carry. I think he got the first down. Yes,
yeah, I think
he got the
did.
first down inside the 10 to the 8.
Gain of about 5 on the play. And that's a 22nd first down. And boy, Blaney is picking up the yards. He's probably around 130 yards.
So 1st and 10, or 1st and goal actually, at the 8-yard line. A minute 19, that clock should wind up at the start. There we go. Out of the gun again, 3 receivers far side. Hand off to Blaney. Blaney gets close to the first down. He gets in there. Touchdown, Mount Tahoma. So Blaney with a touchdown run.
Yeah, 8-yard touchdown run by Blaney.
And I would imagine the T-Birds are going to go for 2, but they're going to take a timeout first.
To talk about it?
Yeah. You kick the point after to tie it, or you go for 2 for the lead.
Well.
So that's 1 timeout they have left. Is that right, Jerry?
Yes, they have 1 timeout left. I think they're going to probably go for the 2.
Yeah,
and the reason why I say that is their kicking game hasn't been that great.
That's my thought as well. The running game has been lights out, especially in the second half.
Yes, it has.
And especially on this drive. You got a 1-point lead for the Highclimbers. 13-12, 1:09 to go in the ballgame. Now this, as I was talking about earlier, just a few moments ago, this is becoming quite a rivalry.
Yes.
And the last game of the season, you had some controversy last year with a safety that wasn't called or something like that. I don't really remember. I'd have to go back and watch the game. And there's a little bit of, there's pride here for Mount Tahoma for sure. They haven't won a game as of yet. And
let's see what they're going to do. Yes, they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
They're spreading it out. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. That's Washington. Out of the gun goes Liu. And oh boy, and I think that'll be on Mount Tahoma. It's going to be a false start.
Boy, that's a big penalty.
Well, it is and it isn't. If you're Mount Tahoma, I think you want the extra room to work. If you're Shelton, you love it. It's a little harder to go 8 yards, and it looks like they may try to go for the tie at this point.
Yeah.
They're changing full
they're
full unit change here, so they're going to kick the extra point. And it's going to be
Washington is holding, and number...
Looks like it might be Blaney.
Is it Blaney?
I think.
I think it is Blaney. Those numbers, like I said,
they're really, the font is not the greatest font. No, it's 86, and I don't have an 86 on there. Snap, spot, kick. It's a line drive. Did it go through? No, it did not. It is
wide.
Low and kind of skipped wide. So the Highclimbers maintain their 1-point lead, 13-12. Minute 9 to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Well, we got a minute 9 to go here in the ball game. There's a 1-point lead for Shelton, and they're getting the ball back, we assume. Go ahead, Jerry.
If you take the knee, is that drop 25 seconds on the clock? Is that what it is?
Well, here's the situation. You know that Mount Tahoma has one timeout.
Okay.
And I think that somebody might have just called yet another timeout. I think it might have been Shelton to take the timeout again. First you got to get the ball on the kickoff. That's the first thing. You got to maintain possession of the ball. The next thing you got to do, they have a timeout, so you're going to have to take a snap for one to get the clock rolling. So so you're going to say maybe they get 6 seconds off the clock. Then they call the timeout. Then you can take 20. Once you get the clock started again, then you can go and run the clock out.
But I think if you do the math on this, there's a minute 9 seconds left. One timeout. You got, and that takes 50 seconds. There's still going to be time for Mount Tahoma to get the ball back.
In theory.
Not much time.
Not much time.
15
but
seconds.
You know they're going to try an onside kick here, or at least you can expect an onside kick. As it's teed up at the 40. And
boy, if I was coach, I'd kick it deep. Look where the Shelton's playing.
Well, yeah, but you want the ball back. But I don't know if they have a deep kicker. We'll see what they do. It's going to be a onside attempt. The ball's free, and picking it up and falling down is going to be Anthony Boren. So the Highclimbers, then no time goes off the clock.
No.
And the Highclimbers get the ball at the 36, 1st and 10. Now let's get into the knee conversation. You know that Mount Tahoma has one timeout. So you've got to take the snap. You got to take a snap once to get the ball rolling. They'll get the clock rolling. So take the snap. I'm saying they run 6 seconds off the clock. All right, they take the timeout. That'll give us a minute 3. Then technically you could take 3 knees.
Yeah, and that would, that would.
But it looks like they're going to go for the snap here and take a knee on this play. And that's what McPhee does. And I guess they're out of timeouts.
Yeah, they're not calling it, but
no, I guess they're out. Mount Tahoma might have taken the timeout, and that is a really poor spot. They took a knee back about a yard, and they gave him a march
back.
They
can take it again 2 more times, and they're done.
Maybe. Another snap. And they're not taking a lot of time on this. They need to wait for the guy in the backfield or in the secondary to raise his hand. It might be that they're going to call the timeout at the timeout. We've got third down, and it looks like.
Oh, I think they would have called if they had another timeout. They would have called
it's all a chess game at this time. So can the Highclimbers sneak out of here with a point lead?
Yeah, it's it. Well-fought game.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the ball game as the referee holds the ball over his head, and the Shelton Highclimbers make it 2 in a row and 2 wins in the season, and they sneak out of here with a 13-12 victory. We're going to take a timeout, a couple minutes, let Jerry do his thing, do his addition, and we'll come back with our final thoughts for this game and the season. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit KeepTheConnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
What's the final here at Mount Tahoma Stadium? Shelton Highclimbers sneak out with a 13-12 win over the Mount Tahoma T-Birds. Picked up their second win of the season, back-to-back victories for the Highclimbers. Jerry Apple was doing his counting and addition and subtraction as the Highclimbers do their post-game celebrations here. So Hunter Bowler-Galt kicks 2 field goals, and Zach Jonker caught, it was an 11-yard touchdown pass. And
yes, that is true.
Yeah, the Highclimbers come away with the 13-12 victory over the Mount Tahoma T-Birds, who didn't win a game this season, came a point short of that, well, 2 points short if you really want to get technical, that mark. And there's going to be some photos here, as I believe those are the seniors down there on the field, posing for some pictures after their 1-point victory over Mount Tahoma. Tonight, we're going to take another timeout, let Jerry wrap up his statistical scribbles, because I couldn't read it from here, and we will be right back with Jerry Apple's
Well, you
stats.
were right with the scribble, yeah. Okay. You were correct there. But
so the Shelton Highclimbers come away with a 13-12 win in the final game of the season to make it 2 in a row. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
There's always something happening at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton. From art bazaars and farmers markets to art lectures and wedding receptions, this award-winning community has something for everyone. Caring staff, unbelievable meals, unmatched accommodations, and a signature dining room, all at one location, 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. Maple Glen is only feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Stop by for Sunday brunch or call Teresa to schedule a tour to view apartments at Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton.
This is Sharon Trask.
And I approve this message.
Why am I voting for Sharon Trask? Because she's got a really great heart for the community. She's a very smart lady. She cares about her community, and she's got a lot of great background, and I think she'll do great for the county.
I believe she will be a trustworthy office holder who will look to put Mason County on a firm footing as we move into the future.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
So it's a final here at Mount Tahoma Stadium. Shelton Highclimbers 13, Mount Tahoma 12. Jerry, don't look very ready to me.
I'm ready.
Okay, so Jerry Apple has the final unofficial statistics.
Thank you for saying unofficial. Yes,
Unofficial.
I appreciate that. Shelton had 13 first downs. Mount Tahoma had 20 first downs. Ball possession, I would say, went to Mount Tahoma tonight. Shelton had 26 carries for 106 yards. Pretty good. Their best of the season, I think, for yardage on the ground. I'm not sure about last week at North Thurston. I think this might have been their best ground game. So they had 106 yards on the ground, and the leading ball carrier was Jason Kenyon. He had 8 carries for 60 yards, one of those being a 45-yard carry. In the second half, he only ran, I think, once.
Yeah, they went away from Jason.
Yeah, they did. They did. Andrew Bourne had 5 carries for 13 yards. Oles had 7 carries for 17 yards. And so there was a total of 106 yards, I believe, on 26 carries. Passing game, we were 6 for 15. We had a total of 66 yards. Nope, excuse me, 95 yards in the air. 95 yards in the air, and a lot of that was in the second half to Anthony Bourne. Anthony, in the second half, had 3 catches, one for 29 yards, one for 12 yards, one for 25 yards. So Shelton had 95 yards in the air, and they had 106 yards on the ground for a total of 201 yards. I think that is their biggest total.
Output, yeah, I think you're right.
I think they outgained their last game at North Thurston. I think this is a little bit better. Shelton had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and I believe 1 interception. So 3. And scoring summary for Shelton. 37-yard field goal by Hunter Burgalt, and a 26-yard field goal by Hunter, and that made it 6-0. And then Mount Tahoma came back, and then we had 11-yard touchdown pass to Zach Junker, and the point after attempt was good by Burgalt, and that made it 13-6. And then Mount Tahoma came back and scored a touchdown, but did not convert on the point after attempt. What hurt Shelton a little bit there was those 2 unsportsmanlike penalties in the second half, and that gave Mount Tahoma a real good field position to score that touchdown to make it 13-12. Now, Mount Tahoma had 4 turnovers, and I'm not sure if I mentioned that Mount Tahoma had a total of 272 yards. That's kind of hard to believe. I didn't, but you know they got 20 first downs, and 214 of those were on rushing, and 58 of those were on passing. Number 22, Blaney had 21 carries for 166 yards, and he had 75 yards in the first half. In the second half, boy, he was just a workhorse.
He was, but we got to also throw in their penalties kind of hurt them, especially in the
you look at the
half.
penalties. We're looking at probably 100, I think about 155 yards in penalties,
which is almost what they got on the ground by Blaney.
So those penalties, it just really hurt them, and the penalties for Shelton started to hurt them in the second half. But overall, I was pleased with Shelton. Boy, good kicking game. Nice. And it was nice to score that touchdown and make it 13-6. Got a little interesting there at the end. And this is the second real close game between Mount Tahoma and Shelton at the end of the season. Like you said, it's become a rivalry.
Yeah. Most definitely. Okay. So, that pretty much does it for football here. I'm going to get the right sheet here. Let's see here. Got to get to my notes. Jerry just gave me a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, that pretty much does it for football on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. This year, my thanks to Jerry Apple and everyone else who was involved in these broadcasts this season, including Eric Raywald, Janie Raywald, Dave Miser and his stagecraft class at the high school. Great on the home games and the students. We look forward to basketball season, which will begin November 26th. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will be broadcasting some 20 games or so. We'll begin in Belfair with North Mason and Central Kitsap. It'll be a boys' game on the 26th. That's a Monday. Tip-off in Belfair will be 7 o'clock. We'll do a doubleheader on the Wednesday, the 28th, up in Belfair. And then our first Shelton game will be the 30th, and it'll be the Mason County Cup on the hardwood. So North Mason and will be at Shelton. And it's a boys' game. The girls are playing in Belfair at the same time. Can't be in 2 places at once, Jerry.
I know.
Last year it worked out great because they did them on different nights. It was a boys' game on a Tuesday and the girls' game on a Wednesday, if I remember right, and I was able to go to Belfair and cover both this year. Can't have to choose one. I like the girls' game, but it's the first Shelton home game. You got to be there for that. And then the boys will be playing at Mount Tahoma to open their season on. I think it's a Wednesday. No, I think they're on the 26th. They open the season on the road here at Mount Tahoma. And basketball, and we'll have plenty of games for you throughout the basketball season. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm looking forward to also announcing and doing the PA again this year. It'll be my 34th year, hopefully. 33rd year. I started in 1985 with the basketball. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to Shelton's going to have a lot of kids back, both girls and boys. So should hopefully be a good season for both.
New coach for the girls.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that comes out. And the boys, I think that they got a taste of the playoffs, and they want to go back, and they want to go further than they did last year, and they have the crew to do it. So we'll see how it all falls out. So again, Jerry, thanks for your help.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thanks for everybody who's sticking around for us as we wrap up the football season. We will talk to you on the 26th, and Shelton gets his second win of the season.
Oh, that is great. Isn't that encouraging?
13-12 over Mount Tahoma to wrap up the season. And that'll do it. Lights out.
Okay.
I guess. Thanks for tuning in.
The party's over.
The party's over. Lights out, Alice, as they say. All right. We'll talk to you later in the month from the basketball court.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Melody Peterson for Mason County Assessor, Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner District 3, Dan Griffey for 35th District State Representative Position 1, GOP, Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton, celebrating the art of life, and Hood Canal Communication, keeping our community connected.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.